It's much bigger. Yeah, it's always closer than you think.
あーにゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメスパイ
あーにゃこれ好き
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク
No one comes to Earth and pushes us around.
There's nothing you can do to stop her! It's over 9,000!
You're now watching Peti Kish Hun After Dark. This is a night you won't forget.
Let's freaking go!
All right. Is my mic here? Okay, my mic's on. We're doing it live. What's up, everyone? Welcome, everyone, to the After Dark, the Peti Kish Han After Dark special. I haven't done this in a while, guys. I've been busy myself. I've been streaming too much. I am absolutely busy. It's been a busy summer. I hope everyone's doing well. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Hope everyone's keeping in touch, all that. There's plenty of content that I've made before, live streams, videos, a lot of things I have on here. I just dropped, if you guys heard in the beginning, which it's probably going to get cut out of this because I usually cut the waiting segment of the live stream and then it turns into a video. I cut usually that part out. But the music I played in the background was from my new track that just dropped, guys, on SoundCloud. Let me show you real quick before anything else. Where is it? Here it is. If I can open it, okay. Hopefully it's not laggy on my end. Let me see real quick the stream, guys. Let's see how it's going. Okay. It's catching up. It's all right at the moment, but it could be better. Let's be honest, it could be better. Yeah, my internet has been bugging out recently. It's not been so good. I've been looking for other internet providers recently because I'm not really satisfied with my internet provider at the moment, but I am looking for other options to do right now. But in the area where I live, it's very awkward, and it's the area where it's harder to get internet speeds that are faster enough to do things. So I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. It's difficult, but it gets the job done, at least. You know, something I can do at least for you guys to entertain you in the background and to go into these interesting conversations, because there's a lot of things that are happening in the entertainment industry, if it even count in gaming, movies, all sorts of things right now. It's insane. I can't even keep up. The stuff I've missed out the couple of weeks I haven't been streaming is ridiculous. But it's been crazy, guys. I've been really busy. Really, really busy. So, unfortunately, that's just how it is. Content will be slower. Maybe when it starting to get slow, it starts slowing down. I can try different options, but right now my schedule is really tight at the moment. Pause with that. Pause.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Pause with that. Really tight at the moment. That's what she said. Right now is so I gotta like try to figure out what I can do in between with everything. So okay, I want to show you my SoundCloud. Okay, here's my SoundCloud. Let me get everything set and ready. All right, here's my SoundCloud, guys. You can find me here, Peti Kish Han. And I have a bunch of soundtracks on here you guys can check out. I've been listening to some of them. And this is my recent one right now. So you guys can check it out. You know, link in the description below with my link tree. You can go to my SoundCloud there and you can just find it on there. I also posted it on here on YouTube, so you guys can also check it out there. It's called Many Worlds Beyond Kingdom Hearts Dearly Beloved Mix. So it's a nice lo-fi, relaxing, calming kind of music with a nice beat to it. It's pretty much the main theme for Kingdom Hearts. If you've heard the main theme, this is what I remixed pretty much. Because Kingdom Hearts has been on my mind for some reason a couple of days now. And I was like, you know what? Kingdom Hearts has some banger-ass music. I'm going to try to do like a mix of a version of Kingdom Hearts. And then I made the image, and then I did the music for it and everything, you know. But I thought it turned out pretty good. I added also some lines from the game. So it's that distorted kind of like speech to it, like a distorted speech to it, to make it feel in tone with the music itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, you guys can check that out. Just want to bring that up real quick with that. With Many Worlds Beyond. What we can go through first, I think we should go to Indie Games of the Week. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do Indie Games of the Week, guys. And then we get into smaller topics. And then we get into the bigger topics that you've come to the stream. But before we do any of that, guys, you already know the drill. I almost forgot myself. Like the stream. Like the stream. And sub if you're new here. I appreciate it very much. We have entertainment on here. Gaming, movies, TV shows, all sorts of things. Pulp culture. You name it. We have it all in one, and we have some juicy conversations here, great ones on here, as well as we have a lot of people that have common sense on here. We use our critical thinking, everything to speculate as well as try to process what we just see. And that's pretty much it. We don't, I would say, in general, I'd like to listen to two different areas of the, I would say I like to listen to two arguments or two different takes, because sometimes some take might be a good one and some take might be a bad one. But it depends on how I feel about it and how I can actually ask more questions, because asking questions is the key here. We always need to ask questions. We can't just obey, consume, and just take it as is, because yes, we can do that, obviously, but it's better to make things better by asking questions, I would say. It also, you use a little part of your mind that really is your instinct, I would say, your critical thinking, I would say. You use more of your brain more, I would say, to figure out different solutions and different problems and how you can alter and change things. It's very important to do that. Just seeing something, consuming it, and that's it is, I think, one of the worst things you could ever do. Sometimes could be, people call it FOMO, for something that's overdone. But I think asking questions is very good for everyone, I would say. For sure. Okay. Let's get into the main topics. I mean, not the main topics, like indie games of the week. I've been talking too much. It's been a long time, guys. I'm sorry, guys, about everything. It's been a while. I kind of forgot how to stream, not gonna lie. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Indie games of the week. Here we go. We have to play the intro, guys. We have to. Here you go. Indie games of the week.
For the Indie Game of the Week.
All right. Yes. Yes. The clapping still goes. Thank you. Okay. We got Indies of the Week, guys. It's been a while. I haven't done this segment in a while. It's been a minute, but this is sort of an indie game. It's more of a fan-made game, so I will have other ones on there. But first, let's start with this one. So, I've been looking into this for a while. These guys worked on this game, and they've been working on this game for a while now, and I've been keeping my eyes peeled for this one. So, it's called Sega vs. Capcom: The Next Level. And this game just came out, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm trying to remember. But it came out, and it's still it's a fan-made, kind of like a Mugen kind of fighting game style, but it plays like Marvel vs. Capcom in some instances with their own flair to it. And I'm going to show you the trailer for this. This is the trailer for 2026. This is a free-to-play game. They have a link to everything for this game. I've played it myself, and it's crazy good. It's hella good. Dude, we're going to be talking about Marvel Tokon a little bit in here. And, I don't know. I'm not really into that Marvel Tokon thing with the 4v4. I don't know. I think 3v3 would have been better, personally. But this one's a 2v2 fighter. Okay? And I really enjoyed it. I might actually even stream it. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe in a couple of days, I'll stream this game, guys. I wouldn't be surprised because I really enjoyed it. I love the animations they did. Everything about this game is really well done. So shout out to the people that made Sega versus Capcom the next level. It's a free-to-play game. Anyone can play this. You can play with your own friends, couch co-op. There's training, versus. There's a story mode still to be worked on. There's an arcade. I think the online is kind of iffy at the moment right now, but it is, you can do functional things on Parsec. This is only on PC, so this is not on consoles, guys. But this is a fan-made thing. This is not a real thing that Sega and Capcom teamed up on. But we'll watch the trailer because it's a good one, trust me. And you're going to be amazed how good the animations are.
Enter the heat of battle. Go for
Special guest announcer. It's the guy from Third Strike from Street Fighter 3. Dude. Hopefully it's not too glitchy. The animations are insane. Hopefully it's not too glitchy. I let this play. Hopefully it's not too glitchy on your guys' end. But yeah, this game, the animations, it's so good. My favorite character right now, I wouldn't think of it, but the best character for me personally is Sonic. Sonic is super good. There's other really good characters on here, but Sonic is definitely top tier. Damn, dude. This guy's stunned. Oh, a new character too. There's only like 5 characters, like 5 from Sega and 5 from Capcom, but they're gonna be adding more characters down the line. But I was amazed how good this looked. Like, you see these Mugen games, these fighting games that have like all these characters and stuff, but I don't know why they never look this good.
Not so fast.
It's really impressive. Music's good, level design, character, dude, if Capcom made a new kind of style instead of Marvel, making it Sega versus Capcom, I would be really happy about it. Like, it would be so cool seeing all these characters fight and duke it out. They've done that one time. It was with Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco. I always get confused. Sega, Capcom, and was it Square? I don't know. It's all the big Japanese games fighting or duking it out. It was pretty insane. One of those games. I don't know. I think it was on 3DS. I think it was more of an RPG game though, but whatever. Got Mega Man too. Morgan, Mega Man, Ryu. Dude, this guy had so much level level built up, he kept on spamming that giant Hadouken beam.
Is that all you got?
Oh, damn.
All for you.
Damn, Morgan clearly changed. Holy shit. It's so sick, dude.
Lieutenant
So yeah,
Kurosawa reporting.
Alien versus Predator? Really? Lin Kurosawa, Alien versus Predator. Okay. Yeah, this is another character I saw. She's in the game too, but she's really, really good too.
Yeah. I want more.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, guys, Sega versus Capcom, the next level. You could check it out. It's really good. Check them out about the game. It's clean as can be, guys. I am very happy with this game so far. I will like to see more characters, of course, more stages. The music is super upbeat. Gives me that Third Strike vibes. It's a banger. It's really good with that aspect. Yes, there are some bugs that still need to be tweaked, but to be honest, it's actually betterly optimized, or like better is not even the word. Better optimized than Marvel Tokon on PC. I'm just saying it right now. It's better in that aspect. But yeah, we'll talk about Marvel Tokon because on PC itself, it's not doing so hot. Even though a lot of people are saying good things about the game, there's some issues, more issues than good, but a lot of people are still enjoying Marvel Tokon, but there are some problems with that. So, yeah. We're going to go into the next indie one. That was just one little thing. We got another one here real quick. Saw this. Next indie posted this. It's called Chaotic Physics-based airline crew co-op game, Dear Passengers, has been announced, launching in 2026 for PC. So we don't know yet. You can get it on Steam right now. People would call this, oh, this is a friend slop game. Well, yes, I guess it would be considered that, but let's be honest, a lot of these games are fun with friends, and they are dumb fun. Just play them. They're cheap. Why not, you know?
Burger, cola, go to hell. Let's go!
That's coffee break plus. You get coffee and get out of the plate.
Yo! Oh my goodness.
Whoa! Can you do well done for me?
Dude, this game looks super fun and so dumb.
Bam! Get lost. Oh, hello.
Guys, there is going to be quality. Take the juice! Take that! Bring the shot!
I'm really down for this. This one actually looks good.
Good, good.
What? Dogfights?
Now, parachute? Parachutes. Parachutes for pussies. Oh, maybe passengers do. No passengers here, just we two. What the hell is going on?
The guy that fell through. Oh no, it's a nuke. Oh no! That's where it cuts off. Oh no, it's a missile or nuke. Oh no. Dude, that looks actually fun, not gonna lie. That makes me want to play that game. It looks so dumb. Did they intentionally make one of the passengers look like Trump? I thought that too. They like slapped Trump, and it's that pilot's name. It's Jeffrey. Is that pilot's name Jeffrey? It is. Ah! I didn't notice that. That's so funny, actually. So stupid. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, but it's a crazy game. Just the chaotic kind of game. You already know. Fun time. Not much else to say about it. I definitely wish listed that on there. Had to. It was just too good. It's just too good. Too good to be true and too good to be dumb. If that makes sense. There's another one here. I'm trying to find it. Holy shit, there's so much. Here we go. This game has been making the rounds recently. I think you guys know what it is. It's getting a lot of good reviews, positive reviews, I would say. Big Walk. The people or the devs that created Untitled Goose. Still a stupid name, but whatever. Really fun game. I liked Untitled Goose. But this one is Big Walk is currently the best reviewed new game of 2026. The game currently has a 94 Metacritic score made by the creators of Untitled Goose game. Just like I said, Big Walk is a co-op adventure for up to 4 players. I've seen other streamers stream this already, and you could do more than 4 players. If I am correct, I think I saw more, but yeah, it's just you walking with these birds walking around in this, like, you guys are cartoony, but the world around you is very like realistic and crazy looking. And it's kind of like Breath of the Wild where you just go out and just do things. There is some sort of goal, of course, to collect something to get this to this part to go to the next map area. But it's more of like you're solving puzzles together. Very more, some people would say friend slot, but this is more, I would say, more a co-op experience. Like games like you have to work together. You can't do it by yourself kind of situation, kind of game. There are no guns or combat. The game is all about working together using proximity voice chat so you can only hear your friends when they're nearby. So yeah, very cool. I like the proximity chat in this. It's really, really well done, especially when you're far away and you're top of a mountain and you're screaming out to your friends. It echoes. You can actually hear the echo. So, yeah, very well done. Again, I totally forgot about this game. I remember wishlisting this game like years and years ago, but it came out finally. So, there you go, guys. Big Walk is out. Take a walk in the park with the Big Walk team. You know?
Huh?
Yeah. There you go. The Big Walk. Doing really well. Someone said it's like Death Stranding if Sam Porter Bridges just wanted to hang out. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. For sure, I could see that. Okay. We got more here. What should we go with? What should we go with? Let's do some movie news. Yeah. Let's do some movie news, guys. Movie news stuff. A lot of movie stuff came out recently. Let's start with this one. Where is it? Here we go. This is not official yet, but I didn't report on this, but God of War, the TV series on Amazon, the actor had a muscle injury, and he had to completely leave the show itself. So now they need to recast Kratos in the God of War TV series. And this is by Pirate Nation. Dave Bautista is reportedly in talks to play Kratos in Amazon's live-action God of War series. According to Deadline, Bautista is neglecting for the role after Ryan Hurst, which I think he was a good Kratos, but the first image we got of him didn't look too good. But he did look good as Kratos. I mean, he fits the part as Kratos, but he didn't look good in the cosplay of Kratos, if that makes sense, in the picture, I think. Had to step away from the project following a serious injury. So Dave Bautista is older now, too. I think a little bit older than Ryan Hurst. And if people don't know, Dave Bautista was in a lot of these movies. He usually would be this buff dude character. But if you've seen him recently in years, he lost a lot of weight. He's still a big dude, but he's not buff no more. So he needs to start buffing up again and everything, or they're just going to CGI it or whatever, foam it in or something. I'm kind of like iffy about it. I'm kind of like, eh. And at the same time, like, okay, I can kind of see it if there's no one else kind of deal, you know. But at the same time, I think the other one would have been better. Because in Ragnarok, he's the voice of Thor. And he understands what Kratos and all those characters were because he played that character anyways. So he understands that character a bit. I don't know. I don't know about this one. This casting, I'm kind of iffy about. But I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm kind of in between at the moment. But it could be a good one. It could be. But again, it's who's directing this. I think we've seen stuff about it, and the director is clueless about God of War. He doesn't know about games. He doesn't know anything about this. And that's already a red flag. It's not even the casting that could be the problem. It's the direction they're going to go with Kratos, and how authentic will it be to the source material of God of War. Again, if I was doing a God of War, I would have showed people in the beginning of Kratos' journey from the first one where he's fighting the Greek gods. I would have done that instead of going right into this God of War where he has already a son, Atreus, and everything with the Norse mythology. I would have just went to that one, but that's just me. But yeah, there you go, guys. With that. All right, more movie news here. Here we go. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? My tabs. My tabs. All right, we got Legend of Zelda movie news. Okay, this was making the rounds as well, and I am getting a little bit more excited, if that's the word I would say. Getting a little bit more excited, a little bit more hopeful of what's going to happen, because the casting looks pretty solid so far. This one, Legend of Zelda teaser out yet. Wana Stravinskia character is in the Legend of Zelda is I butchered her name so bad already. Oh fuck, I'm really bad with names, guys. Ivania Stravinskia. I hope I did it. I don't know, something like that. I'm sorry. It's the actress who played Chuck. She was Sarah, and she was also Miranda in Mass Effect. There you go. The Legend of Zelda is described as the queen character in the movie. So she might be some sort of queen. We don't know if she's going to be the queen of Hyrule, Zelda's. I'm guessing it's going to be Zelda's mom. the queen. I would think that, but I could be wrong. She could be some other character with that. And then we got, where is it? This one. The Zelda movie got the most insane casting I've ever seen. Immaculate visuals right here. And there is your list of characters. So we seen Zelda and we saw Link. But now we have Impa. It's by this woman. She looks like she would be Impa. She's like Asian descent. And then we have this guy here. He's all jacked and whatever. I think he played Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, like this WWE thing when he was like younger. He played that character. That's all I know him from. Like I've seen him around. This dude playing as Ganondorf. Like a younger Ganondorf, I would say. But this casting is pretty solid. Not gonna lie. It's really good looking at the moment. Very appealing. No race swaps or, gender swaps or anything. Mugen Lord here. I agree. I just hope it's an original story and not an adaptation of the existing games. I think it's going to be... There's going to be elements from the games, but it might be its own story. Just like the Super Mario Brothers movie is. I think they're going to get implementations of Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. I think those are going to be most likely the ones they're going to be taking from, I would say. I don't think they're going to do the first Legend of Zelda for the NES. It's going to be inspired visually and everything by the Legend of Zelda, but it won't tell the story one-to-one. I think that's what's going to be happening with this. So, yeah, I doubt it. But if they did take one, it would be Twilight Princess or Ocarina. I would say. Yes. Yes. And then we got this one. And this one very surprised me. Sam Neill's final film is The Legend of Zelda. So he passed away recently. A really good actor, actually. He's the character. He's the main character in Jurassic Park. He was in that. He's well known for that, I would say. But yeah, Dichan Lynchman, that's the one in the middle, the Asian woman. And then Ivana Stravinska is the one that's from Chuck and Miranda in Mass Effect. So, yeah, they're acting as these characters. We don't know who Sam Neill's going to play. I would think, hear me out, I think it's going to be the King of Hyrule or the Great Deku Tree. Something like that. I would think he would be one of those. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's going to be one of those characters. So this is his final movie before he passed away. And rest in peace. For sure. Sam Neill, you will be missed. Yeah. That is going to be his final role, unfortunately. So that will definitely make more people that are fans of him go watch the movie for sure. And there you go. The late Sam Neill will star in the live-action Legend of Zelda movie. It is his final on-screen performance. There you go. From Disgusting Films. Ditch Lynchman will start as Impa in the live-action Legend of Zelda movie. There you go. And we got... I'm going to butcher this name, too. Uli La Tokafui. I'm so sorry. Will star as Ganondorf in his live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Yeah, looks like the part. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, guys. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. So, yeah. I'm liking what I see with that for Legend of Zelda. And there is some of your casting. No trailer or anything about this yet. But hopefully we'll see more about it, you know? Hopefully we see more. For sure. Okay, let's see. let's see. Next topic, guys. Real quick. I also have been posting a lot of stuff. Let's go through what I've been looking around here for. There you go. I posted nice. Can't wait to check this out. Looks clean. This is the Sega versus Capcom game. The next level. There you go. Posted that. What else we have here? Oh, this. Have you ever had this moment? Name the game. Hype when it was announced. When you finally got the game. Bro, this happened many times to me. And it's kind of sad. I even do it on stream sometimes when stuff gets announced. And then I'm super hyped. And then it just disappoints me later down the line. But yeah. There it is. This happens more often than not. I would be surprised if GTA 6 will get this feeling. But it might have to be Kingdom Hearts 3. Because more than a decade to wait for it was painful and not worth it. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 was a downer. I still haven't finished it. I will probably go back and play it on PC and finish it, or I'll finish it on PS4, but most likely on PC. But it's rough, dude. Kingdom Hearts 3 is rough. It's a struggle to go through. I don't know. I like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I never played the rest of the other ones, and this is why I have the collection. I'm going to go back and replay every one of them. 1 and 2 were pretty solid. I liked 1 and 2. So, but yeah, this is what's going to happen when you play GTA 6. Well, it might be like this. This was me when GTA 5, and this is me when GTA 5. Because GTA 5, I was like, damn, this is good. Play through the story, did not like it. The characters I did not like. The world did not like. A lot of stuff I did not like in GTA 5. But I like GTA 4. GTA 4 was well characters I liked, and it was better written. 5 wasn't. 5 was not so good. Not so good. We'll talk about that later. Oh, yeah. So, the Street Fighter movie, again, I'm excited to watch this. I will definitely watch this when it comes out in the movie theater. They did a Ryu and Blanca fight, and I said, not going to lie, this Street Fighter movie looks pretty good and might be a dumb fun time. I just hope it respects the source material of the games more so than the Zack Cregger Resident Evil movie. Every time I see the Zack Cregger Resident Evil movie, I just cringe, dude. It's not looking good, that movie, at all. But this looks pretty good. I've seen this little clip. It's really good. I'm surprised Jason Momoa, just from this clip, how well he did Blanca. He's like, okay. He keeps on saying, okay. He's like, now you die, okay? And he just looks at him. Ryu does the Hadouken. I will not fight you, you beast. You know, everything. It's great. And then a little bit of M. Bison. It wasn't too bad either, but yeah, pretty good. And then we have another passing. Holy shit, guys. There's a lot of people that passed away these couple of weeks. Legendary Kavinsky has passed away at the age of 50, best known for his song in Night Call in Drive. One of my favorite movies of all time, and one of the legends that pretty much started synthwave. It's like one of my favorite genre kind of music. Synthwave, the modern synthwave was made by Kavinsky. So rip to a legend, electro/synthwave master who revolutionized a new style of music into what we call synthwave today. Never knew about the genre music until I saw Drive. Loved the movie and soundtrack. To this day, I'm still a big fan of synthwave because of this man. Thank you. And it really is. It really is because of this guy. I never heard of this genre until I watched Drive. And I fell in love with it. I love this genre now. So good. So good. It's just so good every time I listen. And then I popped in my DVD. You know, Sony won't like this. I popped in my physical Blu-ray DVD. I don't know if I could actually show this. I might have to stop it. It might be copyright. Even though it's from my TV. I'm recording it from my TV, but okay. I said, Rip Kavinsky. I opened up my physical Blu-ray DVD. Don't tell Sony. Don't tell Sony. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. To rewatch Drive, a really underrated movie, still holds up, and the intro is a banger even now. You already know. You already know. It's really good. I don't want to play it because it's copyright, so there you go. And we can dunk on Resident Evil right now, Zack Cregger's Resident Evil, because look what he said. We have to watch this clip. We have to. Because he was at Comic-Con, and Zack Cregger, this is from RE News, Zack Cregger responds to criticism over the Resident Evil movie setting after the first trailer, because there was a new trailer that released, and it didn't answer really much anything either. So we got more unanswered questions. After the first trailer, some fans question why the protagonist is using an iPhone and why Raccoon City is covered in snow. Assuming the film was meant to recreate the events of the late 1990s. The answer is simple. The movie is set in the snow in 2026.
Holy shit.
No! So, he's doing all the things that are happening in Raccoon City in 2026. So we're modernizing the whole story of Resident Evil from this point of view of this new character. While this character, the Leon, Claire, all these characters are running around in 2026. Bruh.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Bruh.
Huh?
Let's just see what he says, because it just grinds my gears. It really does. Like, as a Resident Evil fan, this is kind of like, I'm a Resident Evil fan, and I am a Resident Evil fan because I played the games, guys. And there are things, we're going to watch other clips, but I feel like he's straight up like a tourist and a LARPer. He could still like the games. I'm not saying that. That's fine. But if he wants to be actually like a real ass fan, he played the original games from the PS1 and onward, and not play just all these remakes and newer games. It's just, I would trust someone that has beaten Resident Evil 1 or 2 classic over and over again than the guy that played Resident Evil 4 Remake. I really would. It's just, yeah. It's kind of, they just can't get this property right. They just can't. I'm telling you, there's some sort of disagreement with Capcom and Constantine Films that they just can't do it. I don't know why they can't do a one-to-one adaptation. Why is it so hard?
Because I've seen a lot of people talk about this stuff. Okay. All right. This movie doesn't take place in the 90s when Resident Evil 2 came out. And it does take place in the snow. It takes place in the snow in 2026. That's why he has an iPhone. And because I took liberties to tell a story I wanted to tell and make a movie look the way I wanted to make it look. I am not doing exactly a one-for-one Resident Evil 2, adaptation. Like there are differences between this movie and the game. So I just want to acknowledge that. I don't think it makes the movie any worse. I think it looks really fucking cool to have a horror movie set in the snow. It's just I don't see enough of those.
Yeah, it's called The Thing. It's called The Thing, Zach. Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot, but there are movies out there with zombies and horror aspects with the snow. It happens. It happens. Oh my gosh. Dude, remember we were going through, like, this was videos ago. I talked about that Zack Cregger had this already written. Even if he didn't get the the Capcom okay to do a Resident Evil movie, he had the script ready, and he said, if I don't get this movie, I will still go forward with this movie. Just name it something else. It's just, by name, it's Resident Evil. By anything else, it's not Resident Evil. Only by name. It's crazy.
I like it a lot. So the still, it's just an aesthetic decision. If the barrier of entry is whether.
And I had people in my chat I was talking to, because I haven't seen Zack Cregger's stuff. And I was talking about weapons and what's Barbarian, and I had people in my chat say, "Oh, those movies are not that good. They're overhyped." Like stuff like that, because I never seen them. And, you know, for myself, I probably should watch it. If I'm going to watch this movie, it doesn't mean I will. I might get upset. I need to wait a little bit on this one. Street Fighter, I definitely will watch. That looks fun. This one, I'm kind of iffy about. But what I heard from the chat, even saying it, you know, chat could be wrong, chat could be right. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Most of them agree that the movies weren't that good. Those movies are kind of meh. They're kind of mid.
Do a one-for-one port, like, then I guess, you know, then in that regard, you know, I have failed. But I think the movie is stronger for it.
Oh my gosh, dude. Excuses, excuses. And now we found out that this guy is, what the fuck, question mark, Andre. Did he just change his story again? He said he was 1998 and 2 weeks before Leon got to Raccoon City. Yeah, he did say that. What total bullshit. I've counted up to 6 changes in this story already. He's a director with no dignity. Yep.
I've seen a lot of people talk.
Yep. And that's the fact. He's bullshitting. And then I said, again, just be honest up front. Why all the confusion? But the truth is coming out, and it makes more sense now. I leave this here for what the movie should have been called, and it's not Resident Evil. It's Evil Resident. Evil Resident. And then it says, looks like the residents here are evil, question mark. September 18th. Bro. So true. It's so true how dumb that is. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, we got a lot of things here still. And here's this too. Grids for fun. Fun time. About me, Metal Gear Solid. And all that. Hey, what's up, Max? Late to the stream. Late to the party. It's all good. It's all good, man. Stream? Yeah. It's all good. Late to the party, I see. No! What is it? Is this it? No, that's not the one. That's not the one I wanted. That's the wrong soundboard. That's the wrong one. Huh? That's the wrong one, but yeah. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I had this one. If you are a Metal Gear Solid fan, I posted this. You can definitely check out this. This is my newest video. Not doing so well with the views for this one, guys. We need to up the views for this one. For sure. It'd be great. With this one. But it's out there. You can check out. I talk about all my Metal Gear knowledge. I talk about all the things that interest me in Metal Gear. It's all of Metal Gear. So, for the Metal Gear anniversary. And then we have this movie. Looks really cool. I don't know if there's a copyright for this. You know what? I'm not going to play the trailer because I'm not risking the copyright. Well, this is MGM. Amazon posted this. And I'm excited for this movie. And it's called I Play Rocky. And it's like a biopic of how Rocky Balboa, the first Rocky movie, was created and stuff. It looks really good. His whole life was a million to one shot. I Play Rocky, based on the incredible true story starring Anthony Ippolito. I don't know. I don't know how to spell that. I'm really bad with names, again, guys. some sort of Italian. Only in theaters this November. I think he played Al Pacino in one of the shows, and he did really good with that. And his it does good. So I said, looks better than the Odyssey.
Oh my God!
It looks better. Already throwing shit at the Odyssey. Looks better than the Odyssey. No lie. This is how you do a trailer. It really gave me goosebumps just watching it a bit. I definitely want to check this out for sure. My guess, I Play Rocky will be a hit for audiences, but not for the critics, as usual. No! Of course, the critics will probably downvote this movie to oblivion, like they always do. They love to pick and choose the movies. They love to whatever movie pretty much that brings out the message, I would say, in some ways. Soundboard was great. Yeah. You're delayed a bit. Oh, really? I'm delayed? Oh, what the hell? I didn't know I'm delayed, lol. I'm delayed a bit? Really? Let me check. Why am I delayed? How am I delayed? That's the question, too. How? I put an ultra low delay. So. I don't know. I don't know how I'm delayed, but no clue. No clue how I'm delayed. I really don't know. But yeah. Yeah. I need to do this thing where the delay, where your chat comes in and it's on the same time as the delay itself. If it makes sense. So it's processed at the same time. That would be interesting, but I don't know. I have to figure that out. I need to figure that out for sure. Need to figure it out for sure. All right. Let's get to the next one, guys. Let's get next to the next one here. Here we go. We got some Gunnar skins, dude. The summer skins have been released into the wild. This has been out for a while now. And everyone's trying to cop in and grab it quick as possible. Marvel Rivals started off. Then you had Fortnite and then Overwatch. And everyone's doing it. And people are saying, please don't do it. Please. Why are you putting these Gunnar skins? Dude, these are summer skins. Who gives two fucks? These skins sell. Have you heard sex sells? Sex sells, also sex sells. There you go. Incredible how Marvel Rivals is causing other games to follow its trend. The one that doesn't adapt to those times gets left behind. Follow the modern agenda is getting left behind. So there you go. Again, no one wants to play as these characters that are butched. Really. Again, these characters, if they have no baiting suits on, they're still really good skins, really good character designs. So, yeah. Yeah. I know you're delayed. It looks better than the Odyssey. Yeah. That's the fact, but yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. So I said, this is why competition is good, especially from the East, where they know that people want and West now has to adapt to what makes money. So give them what they want. Easy as that, right? Give them what they want, and they'll spend it. Especially with these 3 free games. They're free games. So give them actually a reason to spend their cash on. You know, even though if you want to get, especially all of them, up their prices. Fortnite did recently. Overwatch has been upping their price. Rivals, I don't think Rivals still is the same price for most of the skins, but still, they're not cheap. So up the price if you need to. Plus, sex sells. Sell. Can't believe it? Wow. What an easy concept. Females and males skins get it both equally as well. Yeah, because you get the male Gooner skins too, and you get the female Gooner skins. There you go. Fortnite had the Batman skin, and then you had Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, Catwoman. You had all these Overwatch characters and the Marvel Rivals characters too. Everyone got it equally. You know? So there you go. And then I said, here too, because Fortnite it's going to be a hot summer. And then they post this. And of course, the emoji tongue out, getting red, and the freaking sweating. Bro, you know what's going on. Huh? You know what's going on.
Holy shit.
It's not because you're hot, dude. It's because you're gooning. You're gooning. Oh, well, delay is okay. Yeah. I can't do anything with the delay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the delay. Looks really good. And then I said, looks really good. But now Fortnite needs to uncensor Cammy and Katana to make them look like their original game designs, since you're no longer afraid to show a bit of skin. Am I right? And there you go. This is how they look like on top, and this is how they look like in Fortnite. So, Fortnite. Here we go. Epic. You want to sell these skins, and you want to start actually doing things that people want to get, since you're saying, oh, we need to up our price of V-Bucks and all this and that and prices and all that. It's not doing so well. Do what I just said. Uncensor all these skins, make people happy, and then you get all this negativity. All the negativity starts going away a bit easier. Not saying it's going to disappear forever, but it will be easier on most people. They'll forget all the bad things, but you got to give them more good things to be happy about, you know? Oh, well, Gooner skins RW. Need more. Need more Gooner skins. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, right? Need more Gooner skins. Yeah, so, yeah, that was what was going on. And we had this one, and I was very surprised about this one. And I brought this one up too. I'm just shotgunning through these real quick. Okay, so Xbox pretty much posted this. Introducing Xbox backwards compatibility on PC. Play 4 original Xbox titles across supported PCs and handhelds today, with more on the way. So we're finally getting OG Xbox games. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right. I've been wanting to play these games. I've been wanting to do something besides emulation, my dude, forever. And now Xbox is tapping into, which we're going to be talking about today with the nostalgia thing, but they're doing it in a way where you should still keep it. Again, they're still DRM. I wish they were DRM free. So you can own these games forever on PC. You know, like Blinks the Cat, Conker's Live and Reloaded. Like these games here. There's 4 right now. And I've played them actually. And I used also the cloud. The cloud's still iffy. It's okay. It's fine. But it's still not on the level as downloading the game and playing it. Cloud will be never on the levels, streaming-wise or anything, on the levels of just downloading a game and playing it straight up. Straight up. It just never will be. It never will be. And all these companies are trying to move to cloud gaming, and it's not going to be that. It's impossible. You're not going to do that. That's what they're trying. Getting away with discs and all that. Xbox is kind of now getting back to what gamers like and want to hear. And I am a little bit, what's the word? I'm a little bit concerned. They are making a lot of good moves right now, Xbox, more than Sony. That's for a fact. But I want to see how they can evolve and how they can change. And can they change? Can they change to be actually represent the gamers or the people, the hardcore gamers? Not a lot of casuals, but mostly the hardcore gamers. Can they have them back them up and actually become a company that respects their customers? That is the question. The cap skin and Marvel Rivals has P. Gooner bait. Yup. The key. Yeah, the cap skin in Marvel Rivals is P. Gooner bait. Yup, for sure. It's going to be a hot, bad summer, lol. So true. So true. The katana skin is currently kind of dumb. It just made me not want to buy it. I actually bought it because I liked Mortal Kombat, so I bought all the Mortal Kombat skins, unfortunately. But it does piss me off. Same with Cammy. Cammy also pissed me off. They censored Cammy and that pissed me off, so. But I still got the skin because maybe one day, Fortnite might change. I like the Mortal Kombat series, just not the skins much. Yeah. I know what you mean. I like Mortal Kombat too. But yeah, so that's pretty much Xbox. And I said, wow, an actual W from Xbox. I'm shocked. It's a start. Let's see what they still got. At least finally I can play these OG games I've wanted for a very long time. And we're just forgotten or lost, but not anymore. Love to see it. So yeah, I love this. This announcement really piqued my interest, even though it's digital. I like it that they're moving to their library, their history of what games they had in the past. You know, it's fun. WWW Xbox, hell yeah, yeah. Xbox really needs a win, and right now is the win to sweep Xbox, and Sony is absolutely retarded. Absolutely retarded. Every take they do is just getting worse and worse for Sony. I think they are gonna do the backwards compatibility with every game at some point. Yes, they are actually. They are. Let me find the article or the thing. They are actually going to be doing that. Let me try to find it. I bookmarked it. Xbox will be doing a bunch. Very good. Where is it? Where is the Xbox? Where is the Xbox? There it is. There we go. There's one. Pirate Nation. Microsoft could be getting ready to bring Xbox 360 games to PC. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That would be a really good, that's a pog right there. After the company released support for the original Xbox games on the Xbox app, data miners found hidden references to the Fission, the emulator Microsoft uses to run Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Some devs even managed to get a few Xbox 360 games running on the new PC emulator, including Plants vs. Zombies and Steins Gate. My darling embrace. Is this the new Steins Gate? It might be. I saw a new Steins Gate and I got a little bit hyped. But again, it's just it's a remake. It's a remake. And again, we'll be talking about remakes. We'll see. It's still very early and many games don't work yet. There you go. So they are bringing back older titles that have never been ported to anything before. And they're porting it to PC is a W. It doesn't matter if, it's digital. It's still a W because you're still preserving that game. Again, is it an emulator? I think so. It's an emulator, but it so far worked pretty decently. For being an emulator, it works. Because I tried Xbox emulators in the past, and they were very funky. So that is very good. Oh, okay. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Yeah. The new Xbox CEO is very good. Oh, yeah, Asha. Dude, I had doubts about Asha Sharma. I really did. I thought she was literally a LARPer, a tourist. But it sounds like she's actually listening to gamers. Even though gamers kind of dunked on her that she wasn't playing games. And she was like, oh, I put my gamer tag on there. And then she's like, yeah, actually don't play those games. I play them with my family. Or my family members. And yeah, she at least acknowledged it. That's good. Well, she is doing good, though. Appreciate her very much for the things she's doing with Xbox because I've always been an Xbox fan. Nice. See, Xbox was a hit or miss for me. I liked Xbox in the beginning. It was really good. Like, Xbox was peak. That's peak Xbox when it first started, and then the 360. And then towards, like, the end of 360, and then to Xbox One, it started going down. Ever since they tried to do DRM into Xbox One, and then they just moved back from it, that destroyed them. And the PS4, like, outbeat Xbox every time. Like, Sony was beating them. Now, I wouldn't be upset if Xbox goes more against what Sony does and does its own thing, but also respects its customers, even more than Nintendo. I would love to see Xbox return in some way. I really would. But like Xbox was getting so many L's with Phil Spencer, and Asha comes in. Everyone's like, who's this woman? This Indian woman comes in, and she's like taking charge. It's like, bruh, no one's taking you serious. And she's like, oh, you're not taking me seriously? Well, let's see what you can do. So she's like, let me see what you guys devs can do. She goes into every company, goes to Bethesda with, what's his name? I forgot what his name is. Fuck. I forgot what his name is. Damn it. The guy who did the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. That guy. He goes to them and she's like, you know what? A lot of games you're doing are kind of failing. We got to do something about this. Same with Halo Studios. We got to do something about this. Same with Gears of War. We got to do something about this. Forza, Fable, all of them. And she's like, we got to do something about this because if not, we're going to have some layoffs. And then what did she do? Games started failing, constantly failed. Some of them did decent, like Forza did. The new Forza did really good. And layoffs. Halo just had layoffs. Halo Studios just had layoffs because that Halo game was a buggy mess. It had problems, it had issues. And then people just went back and played the Master Chief Collection because it was a better performing game. And Asha's like, you know what? We're going to have to lay you guys off. Because she means business. She says she wants games to be good. Functionally good. First of all. And actually have them. So, like, yeah, start firing all those people that don't care about the games and they don't respect the games they make. They fired that one dude who was in for the new Halo game. He was the the guy who performed like guns and all sorts of gun stuff in the game, sound design, how guns function and all that. And then he says stuff on like X and Blue Sky that he hates guns. So why are you hiring someone that's specialized in guns, in gun gameplay, to hire a person that is anti-gun? It's absolutely atrocious. So Asha's like, we need to get rid of you. Sorry. We need to get actual real specialist that actually loves the thing he's doing. So again, hire people on their merit. Hire people on what they actually are meant to be good at. And this is why a lot of people that are working in the game industry, they hate gamers. They hate what they do. And they really need to find another job or don't work there, because like that's the problem. A lot of these devs making these games, they're making it because they have to. It's just literally just content, but it's not actually content that actually has any oomph to it. You know, a lot of these modern games, that's the problem. You had passionate devs back in the day. They made these games and they were, even today, people talk about these legendary games that were from the past and everything. Like, there are games out there. I'm not saying there isn't. There are games out there that are really well done, and they're passionate devs out there that do it, usually in the indie space now and the AA. But in the AAA, it's just a manufactured assembly line, if that makes sense. So, yeah, Asha is doing good job. I don't give two fucks about the layoffs. Too bad. People that actually got laid off, that actually are passionate and are really well done, really good at what they do, I'm sorry for those people. But the people that don't give a crap about and start attacking gamers on social media because people made fun of your pronouns or whatever because of this issue, you guys need to get out of the gaming industry straight up. Just don't. You don't need. You shouldn't be even on social media, period. How about that? That's my take, but. Here we go. All right. There we go. So, yeah, that's all my Xbox rant. Xbox getting a dub there. And I'd love to see it. Oh, we got to make fun of Zack more here, guys. We got to make fun of Zack a little bit more here. Zack Cregger with the Resident Evil. We have to. We have to. We have to make fun of him. Not really make fun of him. Just look at what he has to say. This is by IGN. Resident Evil director Zack Cregger passionately explains about why he doesn't want to do a direct adaptation of the games presented by the Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 Alienware, I don't know what, Raiders. Let's see what he has to say.
I'm going to go. I'm not even going to let you talk. Please do. Shut the fuck up. Guys, I got this from here. Everybody, look at me. Look at me. Camera here, right here. Okay, what it does, it's not 1998. It takes place in modern times. I know that during the events of Resident Evil 2, it's not snowing. And yet, in this movie, I thought it would be better for the story and for the visual, you know, whatever I'm doing, if it was snowy. I am not trying to adapt a video game. I'm not going to be able to do it better than the games. The games are so well executed, and to me, it's kind of like when you have your favorite book, and then you find out someone's turning your favorite book into a movie, and then you hear who they cast, and you're always like, no, I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to do is make a Resident Evil movie that really is a love letter to the experience of playing a Resident Evil game. It's about one character moving.
Okay, so the experience of it. So loading a gun, the survival horror aspect of it, trying to find herbs, trying to find my ink ribbons, trying to find my save. Okay. So, in essence, gameplay-wise, he's trying to get that Resident Evil feel of it. As the lore, story, and everything he's borrowing is not Resident Evil. I don't understand why we have to do this, though. It does. It's still
on
dumb.
foot from point A to point B, moving from set piece to set piece, location to location. Every location has its own unique threat. You have to keep in mind resource management. If this movie was a Resident Evil game, like call it Resident Evil 10, it wouldn't feel weird.
I don't know, dude. I saw his list of his favorite Resident Evil games, and it was all new games. It was like 7, 8, 9, 2, 4. And he was like, Classic 2? No, 2 Remake. And I was like, no, I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that at all. I wasn't like that at all. I was like, no, not like that either. Oh my gosh, my soundboard's all messed up. There it is. That was me. Pretty much. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, but Zack Cregger, he's something, all right. What do we got here? Let's see what we got here. Xbox branded games are going to be a huge bring back the Xbox, and hopefully Asha can start motivating the devs to start bringing in their best works to the gaming community. Yes, I agree about that for sure. Yep. Xbox needs people with genuine love to create games and can take the productive criticism to either grow stronger at the skill or find a career best suited to them. Very good statement. I agree in this 100%. This is a very good statement. I like this one, Max. This is a good one. This is a good one. Good chat. That was a good one. Yeah, I believe that's so. And if something stinks, and people, you know, you can't please everyone. But if something stinks, and someone says, this stinks, I'm sorry, there is problems, actual real criticism, can you please fix this? And then instead the dev starts saying, no, you piece of shit, you know, or whatever. Or, no, I can't do that because I don't want to do that. I do it how I want to do it. Or, you know, dumb shit like that. These, I would just at Asha straight up on Twitter /X or whatever and say, this person should be working at Microsoft, period. Why is this person working on the social aspect on Xbox, on X? You know, I would say that. But if he's actually like, oh, there's actual real criticism, like there's a buggy mess in Halo, I need help because there's some problems here, please, can you respond to this? And it'd be like, okay, they respond with, we're working on it, we're doing as much as we can. Maybe try and be a little bit more transparent about it, like how long it will take to do it, you know, the bug fixes, all that. Yeah, I could see that. But that's fine. But if they start doing this because, oh, I don't like you because of your whatever politics or whatever you are, like whatever you post, and then they block you. You know how many people I see constantly Halo Studios blocking people and their comments are on silent, so you can't even comment on their X at all? They're blocking people constantly. So people have to retweet them or they start, yeah, that's the only way. You have to retweet them because you can't comment on anything. So that's already a red flag right there. So yeah, Asha needs to look into that. I saw someone also at Asha because he got blocked by Halo Studios. So yeah, it's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb. But at the same time, I do agree what you're saying with that.
I'm going to go. I'm not even going to let you talk.
All right, Zach, we had your fun. We had your fun. Oh, Asha also, since we're still on the Xbox topic here, Asha also retweeted this too. New tech shouldn't mean leaving behind old games. Today, Xbox is launching new tech so you can play the OG Xbox games you own, but now on PC and handhelds. Well, that's a W right there. That's a W right there, right? That's a W right there. Wrong soundboards? Yeah, wrong soundboards. It happens. It happens. It happens, all right. It happens, all right. All right, let's get into... We can't go into too much, but we can try to go through as much as possible. Let's talk about this one real quick, real fast, too. Resident Evil 2 Remake. This is on Geeks and Gamers. Resident Evil 2 Remake just broke a Capcom and an Eastern development record. Really? Really interesting. Huh. So, the Resident Evil 2 Remake may have been released in 2019, but it's still selling incredibly well enough to set a new record to the franchise and to prop the Resident Evil series as dominant another famously popular video game brand. Very famous, of course. Everyone knows Resident Evil. In terms of franchise itself, Resident Evil 2 Remake and officially stolen the record for best-selling Resident Evil game from the former champion Resident Evil 5. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. Resident Evil 5 was top dog of the best-selling game of the Resident Evil franchise of all time for the longest time. It was there from 2009. It was doing so well. And now it's been overthrown by Resident Evil 2 Remake. Which, again, Resident Evil 2 Remake, good game. Very good game. It's probably the better one of the remakes. I think it's my favorite of the remakes. But it does have flaws. Nothing is always perfect, but it does have flaws. Could be patched easily, but it's not, unfortunately. And modders have to do it. But it is good. And Resident Evil 5 is also a classic. One of the best co-op experiences you'll ever have is Resident Evil 5. So, again, not surprised. Which has held onto it since the release in 2009. Still popular, Resident Evil 5 reached 19.1 million sales in May 2026, but the Resident Evil 2 Remake has been steadily gaining traction for years, and at this end of July, showed that it had sold 19.79. Wow, very close. And Resident Evil 2 did it faster than Resident Evil 5, though. That's crazy. That's how strong this franchise is. It's crazy. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Hopefully they don't mess it up like they messed it up with Resident Evil 6. After that, it was dormant for such a long time, and it was very sad until they brought back Resident Evil 7 with Biohazard. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Yeah. This new RE movie about to be Resident Devil. What? Well, I don't know what you said. Dinville instead. What? I called it Evil Resident. Must be some sort of residents are evil here. But yeah. Very good to hear that it's doing well. I want to go through that real quick. So, Resident Evil 5 has been dethroned by Resident Evil 2 Remake. Hell yeah. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all with that one. All right. Let's go into this Tokon thing going on right now. Yeah. It's not doing so well on PC. Let's just say that. So I saw a lot of people are going around. This is the PC version, okay? This is not the PS5. A lot of people are quitting the game, giving it bad reviews on SteamDB and all that with Marvels Tokon. And I tried to get into the beta. I did not like it that I had to sign into PlayStation. I'm not a big fan of Sony's PlayStation. And even when I tried to sign in, it was a very glitchy game. It was glitchy on my side. I don't know why, but it was very glitchy. It had problems already. And it wasn't just me. I saw a lot of people having problems with the beta. So now we have this game launch, okay? And a lot of people are still liking it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's by the Arc System people who did Guilty Gear and Fighter Z, which are wonderful games. They're really good fighting games. They're on the levels of Capcom fighting games, I would say, the Arc System. They're really up there. They're one of the best fighting games out there. But for some reason, this one did not grab me. I don't know if it's because of the style they're doing with this. The art is good, but the style of it, it doesn't intrigue me enough. And the 4v4 definitely turns me off too, because they never done 4v4, and it's I don't think it works out. But who knows? Maybe it does. Yeah, I don't know. What is this? Are the games just gonna be on PC, or the backwards compatible gonna be on Xbox itself as well? I'm trying to remember. It's gonna be backwards compatible with consoles and PC. I think you could still play it, yeah, because you can play it through the Xbox Game Pass too. So yes. Question mark? Yes. You can play them on console and you can play them on PC. It is backwards compatible. Yes. If you have it on CD, you can put it in. This is what PCs did back then. So I think Xbox is moving toward more of a hybrid PC, especially with the new console, where you have a CD, you put in the CD, and it downloads the game, and you can just keep your CD as is and have it forever, but you don't have to launch the game constantly as the CD is put in. So I've had this before. I had it, the last PC games I had, GTA 5 and Cyberpunk 2077. I put the CD in, I downloaded all the files, and that's it. You could play it as is. You don't have to put in the CD ever again. So, yeah, that's what they're doing with this. If you have the original game on you and you have the CD drive, I think what they're doing is you put it in once, it becomes like a digital little profile on the Xbox, and you can launch it from there. You don't have to constantly put in the CD. So, when I read this, at first, I thought, oh, it's still doing digital, though. But then I was like, oh, wait, this is just like a PC. So it's actually not that bad in that aspect. So, yeah, you're right about that. So, yes, it will be for both, console and PC. So here's Cabrutus. He said, PSN account required for Steam version. This is Marvel Tokon. So you still need for a Steam version a PSN account. Stupid. I don't know if you can skip it. I know some games you can skip the PSN, like Until Dawn Remake. I think you can skip that one and all that. Marvel Tokon. Marvel Tokon. Oh, yes, Marvel Tokon. Oh, that's the question mark. Yeah. What the heck? Why did it go here? I don't know. It's being buggy. It's being buggy. Yeah, I don't know what. Marvel Tokon. Oh, there it is. Marvel Tokon. I'm toking on the Marvel. Hey, yo. What did you say?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Tons of instances of Sony's SDK running in the background while you're playing. Loads of unnecessary anti-cheats. Terrible optimization. No Linux version despite the Steam Deck and Steam Machine being there, I think. Sony might be the worst PC publisher in history. Yeah, the Sony ports are hit or miss. I've seen people with the Until Dawn have issues. I've seen people. Some of them are actually pretty good. I know the God of War one's good. The Days Gone one. Usually those were pretty good because they actually did try. I feel like these ports, like these newer ones that are coming out, they feel like they're not really trying, and they want you to get a PlayStation 5 to play these games. So that's why, I don't know, that's my speculation about it, but it could be just they're lazy and they don't know how to port stuff on PC and they're just better at console. I don't know. It could be any of those issues, you know, with that. What's the heck is wrong with this, dude? The delay is crazy. Marvel Tokon is pretty fun, but I can see how people could be having problems with it. Yeah, a lot of people are having problems with the game on PC. And I will show you even more because... Where is it? Where is it? Marvel Tokon Fighting. There's another one. I'll show you more later. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is not having a good launch on Steam. The new 4v4 Tag Team Fighters game is currently rated mixed on Steam due to PlayStation restrictions. Oh, yeah, it's restricting 158 countries, this game. So you can't play this game on 158 countries. So that's also kind of messed up. It's just the whole ecosystem, the ecosystem, I'm sorry, it's ecosystem of Sony is why this game is getting very soured, I would say. It's pissing a lot of people off. The PC version has been unavailable in many regions due to PlayStation Network restrictions. Before launch, it was blocked in 132 countries. Okay, 132. I was wrong. I said 150 something. Although Sony later removed the restrictions in some regions. So, there you go. There's the countries. Oh, okay. That's crazy. It's a lot of smaller ones, but oh no, you can't do Ivory Coast? Oh no, you can't. Dude, it's mostly Africa. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Look at all these African countries can't play this game. What the fuck, Sony, dude? Come on, let everyone play this game. This is why people are frustrated, too. This is the same problem that Helldivers had on PC when it launched. It's better now, but it had problems in the beginning. Here we go. Here's another one. Maximilian, dude. Uninstalled. Has hit the Tokon. I really want to play this game, but the PC port is unacceptable. So, one of the bigger content creators for fighting games uninstalled the game because it was so bad. He had so many problems. He was frustrated with it, and he uninstalled the game, like here somewhere.
Shit, dude. This is bad, chat. I don't think I can play this anymore. It's making me like the game significantly less. It's just like the game's unfun when we have to deal with all this. You can't do anything. You just have to like watch it stutter like crazy, you know? I've pretty much come to the conclusion I have to probably abandon the PC version. I think that's it. I think I'm going to be playing the next time we stream. I'm going to exclusively be playing the PlayStation 5 version. That's it. The PC version is just, it's too frustrating. It's too frustrating running a gambit of this even working to being really frustrating to knowing that the PlayStation version, you can only play PlayStation people and be completely fine. So, yeah, I think I'm good. It doesn't even make me want to get better at the game. It just makes me frustrated. Let me do this.
So, he uninstalls the game. I don't know why it didn't show it. He uninstalls the game on Steam. Yeah, he uninstalls the game, and that's pretty much how he ends. Yikes. Yikes. This guy, Maximilian Dude, was milking this so hard this game, and it just didn't work out. Here's another one. This is sad to see, but understandable. I think Sony purposely butched the PC release of Tokon for this exact reason, to get players to buy it on PS5. Again, it's far-fetched, but I can see that actually happening, how bad Sony is at the moment. This only hurts the game, and Marvel will probably never license out like this again. Hopefully it gets fixed. Marvel Rivals is still doing better than... they tried the Marvel... See, like, some of the designs of these characters, some of them are good. And some, not so much. I don't like some of them, but... because, the multiverse stuff and all that. But it looks good in some areas. It's just... something, I don't know. Something about it. Something about it I don't like that they did. And even Maximilian doing it himself. I tried Tokon on the PS5 against only PS5 players, and that had a wonderful time. Even with 3-bar, 100+ millisecond matches. Very smooth. Just going to stay away from the PC version completely until things get figured out. Yeah. This is why, like, launch games for a lot of games, especially this one where the beta already had problems, is very iffy to just get the game itself. I would always question it. Me on a PC knowing Sony did this shit on purpose. PlayStation is sabotaging PC on purpose at this point. Don't support this bullshit. Yeah, not looking too good with that one. But a lot of people are, if they get it to work, they think it's really good. Like, a lot of people think it's really good. So, like chat right now with Max here, he said the same thing. Marvel Tokon is pretty fun, but I can see how people could be having problems with it. Yeah. You might have had a good experience if you played the beta. The fact that you can't even play the game in certain areas is crazy. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Just that just ruins the fun for the other people. Yeah, it really does. It pisses the Steam PC community, and it just makes it all like PlayStation is number one. Then why do you even have Tokon on PC? The reason why Tokon is on PC is because money. They need money. This game by itself on PlayStation wouldn't be selling like what it is on PC. The PC community and the audience for it is huge. So this would be making a lot. That's why I'm saying, like, why would you make Wolverine on just PS5? That's a bunch of bullshit. You're going to bring it to PC one of these days. You're going to have to do it. It's kind of bullshit that it's only on PS5 because I'm telling you, there's not enough PS5s that people will buy Wolverine. There's no way. The game cost way too long to make, and it's going to be way too much in general to outsell. I don't know how much the cost is of that game, but who knows? Bullshit. Do I have the bullshit? I don't have the bullshit clip. Damn it. I had the bullshit clip with Arnold. I don't have it anymore. Damn it. It's probably because when Pog Immy was on the show, Pog Immy was on the show, and he would always come with the Arnold bullshit. That's bullshit. That bullshit. He would come in the show with that. Yeah, he would do that. He would come on the show all the time. I haven't talked to him in a while. I probably should talk to Pog Immy. He would come on the show in the After Dark special show. Let me see. So, let's see. Okay. Since we talked about all that with Marvel Tokon, that was pretty much it with that. We got a little bit of GTA stuff here that kind of is dumb. real quick. We'll talk about this really quick because I'm getting sweaty. I gotta put on my fan or something. I'm just getting sweaty. Must be because of all the lights on me, but it is what it is. All right, let's talk about this, guys. So, Grand Theft Auto. Turn off the volume. I don't want copyright from GTA or anything. I don't want Take-Two to take down anything. Literally. Grand Theft Auto 6 an extended look premiere on Netflix Thursday, August 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, your very first gameplay will be on Netflix.
Holy shit.
I think we just hit the rock bottom of the gaming industry. This might be one of the worst things I've ever heard, or just the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Netflix, again, not on YouTube or social media or wherever you're going to drop this trailer, but on Netflix first. I don't know if Netflix is paying Rockstar Games a bunch of money or what it is. It's still dumb. It's very dumb. And a lot of people in the comments say the same thing. It's stupid. And you know people are going to pay Netflix. So they're putting a paywall for you to watch a freaking trailer. This is a paywall for a trailer. And then people are like, it's not that bad. You just have to wait 6 hours until the video drops online on YouTube and social medias. Yeah, but why? There are going to be people still getting it and trying to stream it and still react to it on Netflix because they want to be the first ones. And then they get DMCA struck because they're retarded. Again, because you can't stream stuff from Netflix. It's not allowed. It's not allowed. So, I said no disc, no gameplay, just pre-order GTA 6. It's pretty much a cash cow ready to be milked so hard by FOMO hype I have ever seen in my life. It's disgusting and cringe. But now we have gameplay, right? Question mark. Because I don't know. Are they actually going to tell us the truth? Is there actually gameplay? Is there a disc in this game or a code? Is there content that's locked and you have to do it through a paywall? You don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed again, and that would be crazy. Yeah, I've heard rumors going around that the art director and a bunch of other people in Rockstar have been talking about it, and they said it needs like a 3-month or 6-month to get it just right, extra on the game to be. So they're going to drop the game sort of finished. I could see that. They dropped the game sort of finished. It could be a really bad launch, like Cyberpunk. And then they go into it and then fix all the bugs and all the problems it has. But it's mostly art stuff, I heard. Like, generally just like faces and stuff. That could be a problem. I don't know. They say they need still like a 3-month to 6-month gap to push it. But I don't know if that's going to be, it's true or not. But we'll see when it launches. Yeah. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, so Rockstar Games is doing this. And then we have let me see. Oh God, Rockstar. I'm the same way, dude. I'm the same way. I'm so done with Rockstar in some areas. Like, I like a lot of their games. I like GTA 4. I like Red Dead Redemption. I like a lot of their games. But this new Rockstar? Oh no. Oh, no. I would switch old Rockstar back. I would bring back old Rockstar for this. This is not good. This is not good. And there's also Where is it? I gotta find it. Oh shoot, I bookmarked it. This too with this came out. GTA News, Rockstar, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick, I don't even know, says game streaming is a way forward to combat increasing hardware prices. No, it's not. Cloud gaming is not the way. Have you seen my internet? Have you seen my internet? You know, it's all right, but it's not the way.
Bruh.
It's not the way. Again, these people don't know what they're talking about, and they're just spilling stuff. But I have a feeling that they're all working together to push to this digital future thing where they want to control everything, and we're just going to be subscribing to every freaking subscription service to all ends meet, like we have with movies and TV shows and stuff. They're going to be doing that. And that's when, you know what's going to happen? You're going to see the skulls and bone flags rise up, and there's going to be a lot of people going on and sailing the seven seas and grabbing all these games and movies and TV shows, because when greedy companies do that and take what you want, your things away, your digital things away, there's going to be a lot of that stuff going on with piracy. You're going to see a lot of stuff like that. We'll be commercial game streaming within 3 years. That's a low latency streaming devices that don't play games will be playing our games. Press X to doubt on that. 3 years? So you're telling me in 3 years we won't be owning our own games and we have to subscribe to services with streaming with cloud? You're telling me this. X to doubt. And another way is it's impossible. The delay is going to be insane. People are going to be frustrated. This is not going to end up good. And this is what Sony wants. This is, a lot of companies are trying to do this. Some companies are trying to inch their way to not do this, but they're trying to do this, if that makes sense. Like Nintendo, their biggest physical distribution is in Japan, and Japan loves physical. You can't take away physical from Japan. That's why Japan is pissed what Sony's doing with PlayStation, because now they're just going away. Everyone's just going to go to Nintendo. Now, Xbox is more of a Western kind of console manufacturer with the Microsoft. So there's not really much emphasis to get a console, and everyone's just going to be moving to PC. Even though PC is more digital, you still have problems with DRM, and it's very confusing. And this is why I think digital rights would be nice, like something to own. Even if it's digital, you could still take away the DRM feature and still make it DRM free, so you could put it on your CD or something. I know people are always going to have piracy issues if people do that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, guys. Who knows? If we got scalpers doing that, you should report the scalpers, because the scalpers are the ones that are also messing a lot of things up. So, yeah. Scalper problems. Real life scalper problems. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about Sony, guys, because I've been talking too long, and it's already 2 hour and 3 minute in the stream. Or is it 2 hour, 3 minute? Let me see. How are we doing? 2 hour and 2 minutes in the stream. So I got to go to these main topics because it's already taking a little long. I've been streaming a little too long right now. Yeah, I'm streaming a little too long. Okay. I'm going to go through this Sony thing real quick. Okay. I was just thinking, let me see what happened. You know, I was just thinking about it, but EA, I think, has been very quiet as recent, but I'm not sure. Yes, EA has been bought out by Saudi Arabia, and they're doing their new, what is it? EA is trying to reorganize EA right now and everything, and yeah, it's very interesting with that. I can't get into the topic for this today because I want to get into the main topics. Maybe for another day. I do have the EA thing up. But yeah, that one's interesting too with the EA. So I know what you're talking about, EA. Yeah, EA is... It could be a good thing or a bad thing the Saudis bought them out. It could go either way. It could go either way. I don't think it's horrible fully to the max, like a lot of people are saying. And I don't think it's good either, because there's going to be some scummy gotcha aspect to it with money, I would say. But we'll talk about that another time. I'm going to go into the main thing because, oh boy. Oh boy, with Sony. Oh boy. All right, guys. So, Sony had their shareholders meeting after all the gamers, everyone in the community, a lot of even normies out there, not liking that PlayStation or / Sony is getting rid of physical media discs, no disc drive for the next generation, stopping production in January 2028. And now Sony had this shareholders meeting, and this is by Wario64, and it said, we're going to cautiously move this forward. This is what they said at the earnings. Sony says it hears PlayStation disc backlash, but will continue its plan. So they know of the backlash. They didn't do anything about it, and they're still moving forward. This company is cooked. They are completely cooked. There is no redeeming after this. This is as bad as when the Xbox One had that DRM thing, but they still had a disc drive at least. Xbox One had a disc drive. When you take away the disc out of the console, it becomes useless. It becomes literally a censored, monetized PC. You don't get the free will as a PC that I'm on right now. I can stream, I can multitask, I can play games, I can watch movies, I could be writing notes down, I could be writing a script down, I could be making music. You don't have that with a console. All you had was the disc. You pop in a disc, you watch your movie, you play your game, and that's what it was. The convenience of putting that in and sitting down on a TV and watching or playing your game, or watching, playing, whatever you're doing. Now, Sony's like, we're taking away that from you, and it's going to be all digital. And with even that, we can actually take away your game. That's some China commie stuff going on there, guys. That's straight up what is going on here. I'm sorry. That's some commie shit. That really is. Because they're taking away an option that you had. You had options. You can trade your game. You can give your game to your friends to play, borrow the game. You could do many things with physical media. With digital media, it's only stuck onto your account that you have. And your account could be hacked, especially with Sony servers. They get hacked constantly. and many other things. Your data is getting exposed and all that. So they're just moving forward. They don't give two fucks about you. They don't care about you no more. They're moving forward because the statistics say that physical media is going down and digital media is going up. When in reality, it's not with third parties. It's mostly with first parties. First parties actually is making more physical media as people are buying it more than third parties. Third parties, they're even including Fortnite. If you're getting V-Bucks, is considered digital game. They're including DLC in that. Okay? They are lying to the shareholders. Straight up, they're lying to their shareholders. And these shareholders are clueless. They never do their homeworks. They just literally give them money constantly on and off. And now this is what we get. This is what you get. So, fuck. We announced that from January 2028 onwards, we will no longer be manufacturing game discs. So we announced it 1.5 years ahead, she said. There are various reasons we made this decision. The biggest decision, bruh.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Biggest being that digitalization of contents overall has been progressing. That's the big factor. It's not just for PlayStation, but for all kinds of content. Digitalization is progressing. Yes, because we are, what's the word? We are conditioned to be in digital environment because of you guys. You are taking away options. When options are taken away, we just have to accept the digital world. So you guys conditioned us over the years to be, give it an easier way to get these games or movies through the process of just buying them through the store, the digital store. You didn't give us many options besides that. And they're always changing the numbers and everything when we know for a fact that the physical version of the PlayStation 5 with the disc drive sold the most. 75% of people, or it was like 80 or 75% of people bought the disc version. 15% of people bought the digital version. If I had a PS5, I would get the disc version, straight up. My friend and my siblings also have the physical version because they actually buy physical media. So, this is false information, and they're putting this to the shareholders that this is what the future is. We're doing this because this is what gamers want. What reality these people are is absolutely insane. They don't do their homework. They don't know what is around them. They're just stuck in this bubble. And yes, men and yes, sir, are doing this. They're not actually looking into the real, not numbers, because numbers also can be changed. They're looking into just what is the dollar sign in front of it. And that's the problem. And so when we think about the future, we put in a lot of thought and time. And we cautiously considered this, and we came to the conclusion that we are going to continuously move this forward. And that was pretty much it. And I said, well, then Sony / PlayStation is done for. No disc, no buy. That was the whole appeal of the consoles in the first place, besides some exclusive games in the past. Why would I care about this company when they don't care about you? What is even the point? Just get a PC instead. Then. Exactly. The freedom, the open source of a PC. PlayStation won't give you open source. Xbox might actually give you more open source on their new console than PlayStation. Absolutely absurd, absolutely crazy. What is going on with that? And then follow that up. Here's another one. Some PlayStation players are planning a PS blackout from August 23rd to 30th, but a lot of fans don't think it'll make much difference. Yeah, I've seen the rounds for this going around, and I think it's dumb. I'll talk about it after. The idea is don't log into PSN, don't play online, and don't buy anything from PlayStation Store for a week. Again, these, what do they call them? Boycotts are stupid. They don't do shit. These boycotts don't do anything. You got to hit them where the money is. So you got to cancel your subscription for PS Plus. That's the only big hit that will actually hit them. Not playing and not logging in won't do shit. That doesn't do anything. Some gamers think not enough people will join for Sony to notice, and they won't do anything. Yeah, because it's dumb. And I said, because planning a boycott or whatever won't do anything. It's dumb. I'm going to say it's pretty gay, but it's stupid. It's so dumb, dude. For only a week, come on. Instead, walk away completely from Sony. Just do it. Just do it. Talk is cheap. I know it's hard. I've bought so many games and consoles over the years, ever since the PlayStation 1, but not anymore. I've moved on. And that is the fact. I have so many physical games still. And it's still there. Still there, guys. It's never going to go away. Now, my digital games might go away one of these days, and I will be upset. That's why I will be trying to do emulation more from now on for that reason. So, yeah. So, why do you even care about this company? Why even support it if they don't care about you? Here's Sevi also saying it. It is because people need to walk away from Sony, period. I said the same thing. A blackout is not going to do anything. Personally, I am done with Sony. I used to buy everything they sold PlayStation related. Not anymore. Pretty much. Yep. Pretty much. I'm telling you, people are moving away from this crap. Legendary drops, petitions, ratios on social media, boycotts. Not a single one of these companies fear these things. You know that they do fear you walking away. No PlayStation blackout where you stop paying for a week. No, permanently stop buying their shit and choose better competition. Exactly. Choose different ones. For sure. That's a good and had side to this discontinuation of physical games. The good side being third-party stores and pawn shops would make more profit, but now everything is based on 25-digit digit code. Yep, pretty much. Yep. If that gets stolen, you won't have a chance to get it back. Yep. So if your GTA 6 code gets stolen, you're done for. You bought a imitation of. I can make you a GTA 6 cover if you want. I can make you a GTA 6 cover. I can make you the cover for it. I can make you the CD for it and everything. I can make everything the GTA 6. If you want to buy a $100 copy of a code with just a cover, I can make the cover real easily for you. for $5. Very cheap. It's not too much to do the physical. The only thing is there's a code in it. I can't give you the code, but there's ways to get different ways online to get codes. I'm pretty sure there is ways. There are ways. Yeah, it's pretty fucked. It's fucked. There's something off about that latest Sony PlayStation earnings call. I can't quite put my finger on it. Smash JT posted this. Let me see. Shinra, the electric power company. Oh, shit. Dude, it is seriously. Just like this vibe of it, where they were doing this, it looks like some sort of like dystopian, like corporations taking over, like kind of like cyberpunk shit, RoboCop, you know, like corporations taking over, and we're telling you what to do kind of style. It feels like that dystopian way, right? It's weird. Yeah, boycotting for a week is even enough time. Yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be even a dent in their profits. That would take months, possibly years to accomplish anything with it. Yeah, but probably the best way you could do it is with, like I said, just canceling PS Plus or just walking away. That's the only option you have. If you really are passionate and you really want physical media to live and still do whatever you want, like if you just accept digital, then that's where it's going to go. If you push back enough where this happens, the boycott for that, of course, wouldn't matter. But if you cancel your PS Plus subscription, that's already a start. That's already a start. And then moving away from PlayStation and finding different options is another start. But baby steps. But if there's enough pushback for that, Sony will see their profits decrease with the PS Plus. They're going to see a lot of, what is going on? Why are people leaving PS Plus? I think that's better. Anything that hurt their pockets, pretty much, if you want to do it. Call Classic Age. And PS5 making more money than ever is almost like the entire exclusive argument was bullshit. Removing features and not being able to market lies for shit is what makes a difference. Yep, pretty much. And then Sony doesn't give a fuck about fans. They only care about money. As long as investors are happy and the stock doesn't drop, they'll do whatever they want. And there you go. What else? We got the EA one there. Oh, Zack Cregger. We got to do that one after. Ah, fuck. I already talked about the Zack Cregger thing. I already did. We got to stop that. The EA one we can't talk about right now. A lot of Resident Evil ones and stuff. Let me... here's one, too. I saw this. Formal Valve writer chief Flizz says there's no conspiracy behind PlayStation. Move away from physical games. In his view, the industry is simply following that most players have already chosen buying games digitally. Really? I don't know about that. I think there's a huge backlash. I don't think that's fabricated. I don't think that's a conspiracy. I think there's actually people that are frustrated. Argue that consumers ultimately decide how companies operate. You, the consumer, have made your choice, and the choice is for digital. He also pointed out that while many people online are upset about Sony ending, physical sales data has shown for years that digital purchases have massive overtaken physical copies. Not true, and numbers can be altered. That's not true. I've seen the numbers, and the numbers say that, yes, many third parties And no, because a lot of the first parties sold the most on PlayStation is because they were all physical. So the physical aspect of their main titles on PlayStation were the selling point of the PlayStation. If that makes sense. So this is also false. Again, more false stuff about that. There we go. Mugen Lord, people are already doing this. Cool, I guess. But it still needs to be an account for online access. And then this is from a PC gamer has found a fun way to make Steam games feel like physical cartridges again. So they scan it through that and they can boot it up on Steam. So he has Elden Ring and now he can boot it up because he couldn't boot it up before. Now he can boot it up with that. The creator brought that used an SSD for around £7 each and uses them to store games that aren't played often, freeing up space on the main drive. When they want to play a game, they simply plug in the SSD, like inserting a game cartridge. Cool. I think a lot of people are going to start doing these, to be honest. A lot of these things, like GOG, you can download the file. You have the file forever. You could put it on a CD. You could put it on a hard drive. You can put it on a USB drive. You could give it to your friend. You could do whatever you want with it because it's DRM free. GOG has that option. GOG is not a sleeper here, for sure. So, cool. Very cool. I like people doing different things. Let's see what we got. More PlayStation. According to Morin's Law is dead. Some third-party game studios are paying Sony thousands of dollars to feature their games on PlayStation's official social media, specific times. The report says some developers are frustrated because those paid posts are flooded with negative comments and community notes from players mad with PlayStation recent decisions. Well, yeah, that's what it is. People are mad. Like, they should be. You thought it's going to be easy, huh? GOG has taken a shot at Sony's decision to stop making PlayStation games this in 2026 or 2028, reminding people why many PC gamers like DRM-free games. GOG posted on X. Download the offline installer of any of your games on GOG, save it to your disk, and it's yours forever. You don't need a storefront permission to play what you bought. GOG lets you download offline installers for every game you buy. That means you can back them up, install them anytime, even without the GOG launcher as an internet connection. DRM-free games, once you buy them, you can keep your own copy and play it whenever you want. Again, another W from GOG, of course. I highly recommend this. This is what I use the most, and Steam. Epic Game Store, I mostly use it for the free games like Fortnite, Rocket League, and stuff like that. I really don't use them. Once in a while, they have those weekly free games. That's it. But GOG is another great one, I would say. Put it on the list. Put it on the list there for PC players. GOG, Steam, mostly for everything. Unfortunately. But see, Steam, it has DRM, but when a game gets lost and they stop discontinuing the game and leaves, and if you bought it, they don't take it out of your library. Sony would take it out of your library if it discontinued the game. That's how bad Sony is. Steam wouldn't take that away from you, but Sony will. So that's also a good thing for Steam. You know? For that aspect. Let's see. There you go. 6 of Sony's top 10 shareholders are BlackRock.
No!
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all about that as all. That's all. Again, not surprising at all. Not surprising. PS5 emulation is already in the works before GTA 6, but it's still in the very early stages. There are currently 3 PS5 emulation in development. There you go. People are already doing the PS5 emulation. I'm telling you, it's going fast. People are going to do something alternative because Sony won't give them what they want. So people will do alternative things. Sony's decision to stop making physical PlayStation games after January 28 against companies, major lawsuit. The lawsuit seeking $457 million in damages argues that Sony can no longer claim players have the option to buy physical copies. So again, lawsuits from Sony to Sony. Of course, where is this going to go, you know? Oh, thank you, Mr. Inawada. Dude, we need Inawada back. The legend. Inawada-san. Just listen what he said. This was at E3. This is, I think, when they started releasing the Wii or the GameCube. He was the CEO of Nintendo. What a great CEO. One of the legends.
On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer.
Based. Damn. I forgot he passed away that long ago. 2015. Damn. Inawada will be missed. I still miss Inawada. He was great. I love it when he did the Nintendo Direct. Straight to you. Nintendo Direct. I remember those. Those were great. Oh, so good. He's so based. It's great. So they also had, apparently it wasn't just Sony president and CEO who sold stock days after PlayStation announcing the end of discs. Multiple Sony executives have also been selling their stock shares following the backlash. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. All these Sony ponies always crying about it. Oh yeah, the one with Call of Duty back. Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops. It was just a port from like the PS3 or whatever. And it ran even worse or whatever happened. Yeah, I remember this. Call of Duty Black Ops and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 are now available on PS4 and PS5, but without the DLC. Without the DLC. Oh my gosh. Each game costs $40. The base game do not include any DLC. They also don't include any graphical updates. Bruh. The Black Ops or Black Cox. Oh, oops. Oh my God. Actually, I meant what I said.
No!
I meant what I said. Oh my God! I meant what I said. Black Cox. Black Bombs. 2 season pass are sold separately for $30 each. PlayStation Plus members, 10 or it's $9.89 during a limited time launch sale. If you buy both games, both season passes, and full price, you'll pay $139.99, so $140. Even Kotaku here. Yo, Kotaku? It's crazy. Sometimes they have some good articles, and then it's just trash. After days of bullying PlayStation accounts with calls for no disc, no buy, boycott supports are accused of instantly folding for Black Ops ports digital, pretty much. Guys, you can't get excited about Black Ops on PS5 after you just spent all week trashing PS5. Stand strong for 2 seconds. Holy crap. Yo, Kotaku. What the heck? That's crazy. Crazy. Oh, Dan Vask. Streaming Metal Gear Solid. Oh my gosh, dude. Let me see what.
Today, we're going back to the past with this physical media, man. And I feel bad for the people who in 20 years won't be able to do that I'm doing right now, showing people their favorite games physically. Who knows if they'll be able to play their favorite games in 20 years.
Oh, legendary. I love the intro. Fuck. So much nostalgia. Damn it.
Let's go. So if you don't know about this game,
Let's play some Metal Gear. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Metal Gear's awesome. Shit. Sony's unlikely to change its decision. Stop selling. Push Square rolls. Doesn't see any chance to Sony avenge course. Yeah, so it goes on and on and on. I'm telling you, Sony doesn't want to change. And it's getting worse and worse. Oh my God, what is this? What is this? While people are protesting by canceling PS Plus, I added another year of premium, even though I don't play online because I use PS Portal cloud streaming. Atreus, what a way of announcing how much a moron you are. Bruh. These people need a timeout. They need a timeout. They need to get timed out. You need to be timed out from not playing any games. Because we got problems here. This could be also rage bait. I wouldn't be surprised if this is rage bait tweet. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah. Rage bait. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is not good. Not good at all. Not good. I'm trying to find what else we got here. Anything else? Anything else? There's a lot of things here. Okay. I think we're going to go to the next topic real quick. Yeah, let's go to the next topic. This is going to be a quick one, too. It's not too long, but we're going to talk about the censorship that's going on with Square Enix. Real quick. All right. So, I've been talking about on this channel for a long time, guys. I've been making videos, streaming, all sorts of things on here about what is going on with changing or altering the female form and the male form to a new brand of audience, the modern audience. Why do we have to alter? Why do we have to change things? Well, it's because the ethnics, departments, all these people that work with these, where it goes through many different variations of concept art, is destroyed. The freedom of the art is destroyed. So they have to tone down everything just to make it work in the end. So, is this censorship? Yeah, I would say it's a sort of a censorship because you're going through many different variations of art styles to get the one that they, in quotations, they want, the higher-ups want. Okay? Which is fine. There probably is many versions. But thousands? Come on. Because they're showing too much skin. They're too feminine. They're too masculine. All this just because we can't have normal-looking females and normal-looking males. So, I've been talking about this for a while. And it's not a conspiracy anymore. It's proven to be factual every time. Many videos on that. So, I saw this post going viral. And I was like, huh, interesting. So, this is by Mega Phil X. He's getting a lot of attention right now. And it says, no fun allowed. How come? So, this is for the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And Final Fantasy VII Rebirth art book. I have the which one is it? It's the Mana book. Actually, you know what? Let me get it real quick. I'll get it. I got my books here. So this one is for Rebirth that just came out a couple of days ago, actually. And I got the Final Fantasy VII Remake Material Ultimate Plus one. I got this one. It's the full book, very hardcover, you could see. And then this is the one I got. This is the first one. This was the Final Fantasy VII Remake Materia Ultima, the first book. And it's really thick. That's what she said. I got it. But I don't have this one. This one's new. So, this guy clipped it out. And let's see what it says. I downloaded it. Okay, so here's Cloud's Drive. This is his beach attire when you're in Rebirth. You can go into your beach attire. And it says here, staff credited. Character artwork. This is Roberto Ferrari. So Roberto Ferrari has been doing this one. The swimsuit worn by Cloud and the other characters were drawn in ways that didn't ever emphasize their figures. This was done in accordance with ethnical guidelines and internal feedback.
Holy shit.
So, it's not a conspiracy after all. It is actually happening where they have to go through bunch of these Square Enix lies that they have to censor these. They have to go through different departments to get that one. It's really dumb. It's always this guy posting this. And let me get the other one. Interesting wise, right? Then we have Aerith here. You have her normal summer attire, bikini. And check this out. He says it again. This swimsuit design was drawn in response to a request to conceal her feminine curves as much as possible.
No!
Huh?
Feminine curves? Conceal? Are we in like Saudi Arabia or something? Or in the Arabian nations? Or what's going on here? This is a Japanese company. You know? Very questionable. Very, very questionable what is going on here. And we have another one. This is for Tifa. Tifa swimwear. And they are still good, but people have been saying they're very, very safe. I tried a lot of different kinds of designs for Tifa swimsuit, but getting any of them approved was a real challenge since players can view the characters from all sorts of angles in the game. We had to keep certain things in check and not overemphasize her feminine figure. In the end, we settled on this design. Bro, you are a Japanese company. You shouldn't be emphasizing on how safe you want her to have. Oh my gosh. Square Enix censored. This is purely censorship. What else would it be? You know, it's not a bad design, but like they said, they had many other designs. Like, he created a lot of them too. He had many other different designs. And this one was approved But everything else was bad. I wonder what kind of designs he drew. I wish we could see it. I wish what it was. But they you won't able to see it because not allowed. Not allowed. Not like this. Oh, my bad. That was the intro. Like this. No fun allowed. And then he continues. Just for the record, I still appreciate the designs they picked, particularly Aerith's and Cloud's, less so far Tifa's, but I can feel the frustration in those staff comments, and it tells you that attitude Square has with these remakes. Yep. Very true. I say this because all of the Mr. Ferrari's comments elsewhere in the art book usually talk about details on the art itself. But in the case of the swimsuit, it's just flat line saying it was really difficult to get them approved. So I had to tone them down as much as possible. And what a shame. What a shame that they can't pick what they like and could, actually emphasize on these characters because they're built different than most people actually in these games. They're built different. It's supposed to be Final Fantasy, They're going to be heroic later. If showing feminine curves is so bad, imagine showing a guy committing suicide or a woman getting impaled by a big sword or an entire town population getting literally crushed, or people falling to their death. No wonder some of those story changes happen. Yeah, it does ask the question, actually, now that this is for purpose. This is meant to be like that. They want it to be like that. Why would all of them conventionally have that? Why did each of them say, hey, we did not draw a sexy because we got told to. Otherwise, we would have. Why did they all say that? Why was it approved for translation? Why was it all left in? Why was it sent to print? Yeah, why? If they're so being decrypt, they're telling you pretty much. They're telling you out loud that they just couldn't do it. There are so many ways they could have made it better. They just couldn't have the freedom to. They couldn't do it. They had to limit themselves. Is that not the most fascinating thing? Is everyone else not amazed by this? It reads like cry for help. Why share this? Why admit to it? Good question, Sabi. Good question. Imagine trying to hide curves by putting characters in bathing suits. I couldn't imagine how frustrating it would be for those concept artists. Yep. Wow, this banged low. Holy shit, it did. Yes. I had to mute it because I was only seeing notifications for it. Yep. That's crazy. Yep. Clear gooner bait. It's Mimi, but it's true. These people hate women. Fuck Square Enix. Yep. What is great about this is that the artists are literally telling us that they are strong-armed into this. Any claim of this being some natural result of changing times is shown right here to be complete bullshit. Exactly. Like I said, the creator of Dragon Quest, when he was doing the HD versions, the remake of Dragon Quest 3, I think, he said there's when he's making the game, it felt like an evil presence was always around them, what they can do and what they can't do. And it limited them to do what is. They say it's the people in the West that want to alter and change and manipulate what is normal. because they want to censor it, obviously, the censorship, so people can't reflect on how good these characters look or what the art design. I want to see what these art designs would look like. I really want to know. Because I love drawings. I love art. I love different animations and styles. And I like the Final Fantasy like look of it all. It looks nice for the remakes. You know, not a big fan of like story elements, but I do like a lot of the art design for it too. You hire an Italian and you tell him to not be sexy. Exactly, right? I don't have complaints about the swimwear, but holy hell, is that game industry fucked. Seriously, whoever is pushing these moral policies in gaming needs to be kicked out, exiled, and ostracized from the industry. Yep. I knew it, fucking knew it. I thought I was the only one, thought the swimsuits were overly modest. Yep. Very, very mid. Tifa, don't emphasize her feminine figure. Countries have been erased for less than this. Yo, Italian couldn't draw a good Tifa. When, remember in the meme with Tifa, with the, what was it, the Italian council, or it was like the prime minister or whatever, they had all the people, the politicians, and one of them was watching Tifa hentai or some shit, and people were like, we want Tifa for Italian prime minister or something. It was funny. It was a meme for a little bit. He mentioned similar pressures for Remake. Oh shit, this is in the book. Now I know it's not fake. Let me see. Because, oh, it must be AI. No, it's not. We're going to find this. That's why I brought the book over, actually, maybe. I was like, did he? Because he did some art for this one, too. Let me see if Tifa's here. Tifa. Oh, it's the same one. I don't know what that was, but whatever. You see it? It's the same writing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And he said the same thing even back then in 2020, whenever this came out. So, is it now a conspiracy? All those people that said, oh, you're wrong about it. There's nothing behind this. It's just, that's what the modern audience wants. That's what we're going through. That's what people want. No, they don't. They don't want that. And the artists will tell you that too. They know it too. Square died the minute they stopped being Squaresoft. I kind of agree. I kind of agree with this. Yeah, actually, yeah. Squaresoft was peak. Squaresoft, dude, these games, fuck. Squaresoft was good. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Yep. For sure. But yeah. That is Square Enix in a nutshell. Lying to us again. That they don't censor. They don't do shit. Well, it says it in the book. It says it right there in front of us. Nope. You're wrong. You're wrong. They don't censor. They don't change women. And they don't change the men. Nope. You're wrong. That's when neglect comes in, huh? Neglecting all that stuff, huh? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's watch a video for the last topic. We're going to watch a video. If I can find it. My voice is going away. We're here for a while. This is going to be a long stream because I haven't streamed in a long time, so. I'm sorry, guys. You could come back later and rewatch it. That's the best part. That's the best part. You know? All right, we gotta watch this because this could be a banger ass great video, and then we need to watch it. Let me see. Ah, I messed up. Here we go. I found it. I found the video. Because this is a good question. This is a really good question. Okay, guys. Is our nostalgia for gaming being monetized by the companies? Are they just doing the nostalgia thing, making all these remakes, remasters, is because they want to make a quick buck? Who knows?
Huh?
Who knows, guys? We're going to watch this video. You already know we watched Mugen Lore a couple of times on this channel. And a really good content creator out there. I highly recommend it. He really gives like a nice nuance. He doesn't really go he doesn't go against it or for it. He's kind of like in between in the middle. And I like that about Mugen, that he has this like middle ground. He needs to, he's like trying to understand both of the argument. So gaming has become addicted to selling us our childhood. Very interesting concept. And we're going to watch this. I'm going to watch and react to it with you guys.
The gaming industry had discovered
Here we go.
that it's much easier to sell our childhood. The gaming industry had discovered that it's much easier to sell our childhood than it is to sell new ideas. Remakes once felt like special opportunities to revisit important games. They allow a new generation to experience a classic that might have been inaccessible, outdated, or trapped on older hardware. Nostalgia has become the most safest, most exploited business model within the gaming industry today. And what does that say about the current state of gaming? I've already discussed that AAA development costs has pretty much ballooned and pretty much skyrocketed to astronomical levels. Games are now becoming much more expensive. They require larger teams. They require much more advanced technology. And of course, when it comes to the marketing campaign, they pretty much has doubled to triple in cost.
Yeah, and the games started to get worse and worse. That's also. When games were, they cost less, people worked harder to find out different, push the limit of what they can do, whatever budget they had, the smaller. The more budget you have, you would think it would be better. But in some instances, no, it's actually worse, which is really weird to see. We saw that with Expedition 33 that came out. They had a limited budget, and they did a phenomenal game. They made a really good game. It won Game of the Year. It won every award. It blew people's minds how good it is. And this is like what Square Enix should have done, like Final Fantasy-wise and anything. It's the indie space and the AA space is the space that you're going to find more creativity, more innovation. And the AAA, you're not going to have that. The AAA is just going to give you what you want before and again, nothing really new. If you're hungering for new things, it's not in the AAA space.
And some of these games cost hundreds of millions of dollars before they even hit the store shelves. So when that much money is on the line, then these developers are going to take less risk. And instead of investing in unfamiliar ideas that could actually fail, they return to an established franchise that already has an audience. Why take a chance on something new when you can just remake a game that millions of people already love? The characters are already established, the world already exists, the original game has already proven that there's an audience that is willing to spend money on it. Thus, remakes and remasters has become one of the surest ways for publishers to see a return on their investments. Just look at this console generation for a perfect example.
I'm sorry. I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, because the creativity's gone. They can take chances on new things because it's going to fail. There are times where you take a chance on something new, especially not live service. I would never take a chance on a new live service game. Hell no. Take a chance on just something that people are itching for, or something new, or something really fun. That's why devs that are really passionate and play their game constantly over and over and feel like they're always having fun playing their own game are probably the ones that are going to be the most successful, I would say. The devs that just pretty much make that game, build it from the ground up, don't really care to replay it, and it's just content. Just give it out and just put it out, and it's just content. But it doesn't have that soul to it like what the other devs did with what, like 5 or 10 people created the game. They love the game. They created it. They play it every day. They have a blast with it. Like, you love to hear those stories. But yeah, he's talking about now we're into the realm of remakes and remasters, because in between we pick those out more now. It's because we're more familiar with these game franchises than if we saw something new, which I don't believe. So yes, I'd probably pick out the game I like. If it's a new Metal Gear, I'd probably get the new Metal Gear, or an old version of Metal Gear I'd probably get because I like Metal Gear, or Resident Evil, obviously. But that is also my fault, because it just makes the companies will see it as, oh, it's a win, so we got to keep on making these remakes because people want them, and the remasters. Because you bought it, you like it, so let's make more of these. In between, we're going to make newer ones, you know? It's a win-win, or it's kind of like a loss-loss, but also win-win. It's weird. It's very hard.
The PS5 launched in 2020, and we're nearly 6 years into this console's life cycle. And although that the PS5 had delivered more exclusives than the Xbox Series X and S, its first party still feels considerably small than what we experienced during the previous generations of PlayStation. And when you take a deeper look at what we actually received, a noticeable portion of this generation has been built around remakes, remasters, collections, ports, and revivals of games from the past.
It's so true. So true. It's like, it's so many. I've noticed this during the PS3 generation, where they had so many games from like the PS2, PS1 come back. They did like an HD ports of those games, and they kept on doing that over and over again. They were really good because they actually did have this. It was the same game. It was literally like a remaster. It was the same game ported over, and it was better because you had actually like trophy support and other stuff. That was good back then. I thought that was fine, but now it's just getting obnoxious how many times we have to port these games over, you know? Again, I'm not hating on the remakes, remasters, but there are times where they try to make it, this is the definitive edition, when it's not. And that's where it has the problem with that.
Seeing a classic game completely rebuilt was rare. It felt like an event. Like, you didn't even expect a major game from your childhood to receive a remake. So when one was announced, it actually felt special. You didn't expect every major game from your childhood to receive a remake. So when one was announced, it actually meant something. Now, nearly every major game release or showcase includes another remake, remaster, collection, or a franchise revival. We had to reach this point where the surprise is no longer there when it comes to a classic game returning. Now the surprise is trying to figure out which one they're going to sell us next in terms of a remake or a remaster. And
Yeah, the surprise factor was gone. Like, I already knew when Code Veronica would be coming. I was like, yeah, they're going to remake Code Veronica. Even though I wanted Code Veronica for a long time. I was like, yeah, after 2. And then after 3, I didn't want 4 to be remade. I thought 4 was fine as is. But whatever, remake 4. And I was like, Code Veronica, right? And then we got Code Veronica. So, yeah, it's... remakes and remasters are kind of a big deal now. They're as not much as remaster, but the remake or reimagining is more important, is as much as a brand new game, because they are built from the ground up with a new engine, still have the same aspects, or try to be as same as whatever it came out from the old generation. But they tweak on it a lot of times too, which I think he's going to bring it up. Yeah, it's just an assembly line where, what's the next remake? Are we going to get a remake of Sly Cooper? Because I was playing Sly Cooper recently, and I was like, are they just going to... I would love them to continue Sly Cooper and do Sly Cooper 5. But you already know, just like God of War remake, they're going to remake the trilogy of God of War. They're going to make a Sly Cooper 1 remake. And I, of course, would be, why? Why do we need that? This game still holds up. It's a good game. Same with Resident Evil 4. Why do we need the remake? Resident Evil 4 is still a good game. You know? The remake was fine. I thought it was fine. I thought it was, it's on the level of, I think, 4, especially some tweaking with the story and some differences. Whatever. Some people hate, some people love. I don't want to really get into that right now. But what was the point of that, really? It was already a really good game. Of course, the original had some problems too, but it's fine because that's what it was. It had that premise. It stuck with that, and it was considered still one of the greatest games ever made. So why would you need to remake something and try to make it better? You won't. It's impossible. That's why Resident Evil 3 Remake wasn't as good as the original, because they cut so much stuff out of it, the remake, and that's why it's not the definitive edition. That's why a lot of people will go back and play Resident Evil 3 Nemesis instead.
Most egregious of them all is actually Naughty Dog themselves. During the PS5 generation, Naughty Dog remade the original Last of Us. Then they remastered The Last of Us Part 2, despite the game originally releasing on the PS4 in 2020. And then they also brought Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy to the PlayStation 5 through the Legacy of Thieves collection. However, Naughty Dog still hasn't released a completely new, built from the ground up game exclusive for the PS5. Think about that for a second. One of PlayStation's most important studios has spent the majority of this...
One of my favorite studios was Naughty Dog. That's why I put in quotations was. At one point, one of my favorite studios was Naughty Dog. I could say that I am not a big fan of this modern Naughty Dog at all. Not at all. I don't want Naughty Dog to touch Jak and Daxter or Uncharted. You could do whatever you want Last of Us. I don't give two fucks about Last of Us anymore. Sorry, guys. I really don't. That one's done. Uncharted, don't touch it. I'd rather tell more different stories to give it to another developer than give it to Naughty Dog do one. I really would. I would give it to someone else. Same with Jak and Daxter. I would give it to someone else. But Jak and Daxter, you know what they would do, right? They wouldn't make Jak 4 or Jak 5 if you count Jak X. They would just remake it. Just like Sanzaru had that concept of Jak and Daxter remake. That looked kind of good, but like, does it need a remake? No. It still plays fine, Jak 1 or Jak and Daxter 1. It still plays fine. What would you change? That Jak talks now? Like, what? I don't understand. Yeah. So Naughty Dog, no go.
Generation, repackaging The Last of Us and Uncharted. These are great games. Don't get me wrong. Well, part 2 is debatable. I am not trying to take anything away from their quality, but how many times are we going to be sold the same experiences? How many different versions of The Last of Us do we actually need before Naughty Dog finally gives PlayStation 5 owners something completely new? Their next original game is coming, but we are approaching the end of this console's generation before we actually had the opportunity to play it. And me personally, I'm not too thrilled about it. You can actually see my reaction when they first announced that title. And that perfectly represents one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about Intergalactic, a Heretic Prophet. What a shitty-ass name. Yeah, I'm not excited for that one. That one's going to be hit or miss. I could also think, like, it could be very mid. Mid as can be mid. I can also see it like that. But I think it's going to be not a good game. I could be wrong, but I also think it could be very mid because of the backlash. They could make it very mid of a game. I don't know. Depends. It depends. A lot of things depend. We need to see gameplay first. We really do need to see gameplay.
Within AAA game development, new games take long and cost so much money to create that remakes and remasters are being used to fill enormous gaps between these releases. The thing is, publishers...
That's true. Capcom's doing that. I know that for a fact. Capcom's making these remakes in between developments of their main titles. So the remakes are on par with like the main titles. So they're a big deal with Capcom too, with Resident Evil. So yeah, that's true.
Know exactly how to trigger older gamers like myself. Play some familiar music, show us iconic locations, revealed a new redesigned version of the characters we all grew up with. Announce an expensive collector's edition, if they have that nowadays. Fill it with items, designs to remind us.
I like that one. If they even have that these days, the expensive collector's editions. Yeah, that's going away, fortunately.
Of how much the original game has meant to us. And then end the trailer with one recognizable line intended to make everyone watching it say, hey, yo, I remember that. It is
You get Sly Cooper for the remake. Sly Cooper goes. It's a line. Throws his hat. Grabs his hat off. And then you hear Carmelito Fox, stop running away, Koopa. And then Sly Cooper's like, I haven't stole anything yet. And then it just cuts off. And people are like, oh, yes, Sly Cooper's back, yes. Yeah. That would probably get me too, guys. I'm like, that would probably get me too. Oh, my gosh. They know where to pull your heartstrings. They know what people want. And he's right about that. They know that you're nostalgic for this, and they know that you're going to want to buy this day one. They know it.
Deliberate emotional marketing. And guess what?
Yep.
It works because it gets me majority of the time. So I'm not.
Some people say, oh, it never gets me now. I'm used to it now ever since, like the 7 remake and all those. I don't know. I think X to Delt, I think it gets me too. But when I see the remake trailer, I question it more than ever. I think when I started questioning a lot of these remakes was with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that's when I started really questioning are actually these remakes supposed to be? And they're just supposed to replace the original, which replacing history. Capcom even said, why do people even want to play the classic Resident Evil games when we have the remakes to replace them? And GOG's like, no, people actually want to play these. Like, and they sold really good on GOG. So, again, these companies don't know what they're doing. They're pulling on your heartstrings, but also altering things and trying to make it that this is the definitive edition and the other one is replaced when it's not true. Like, I love Resident Evil 1 Remake, the one they did on the GameCube. It's probably one of the better remakes out there, not gonna lie. But I will go back and play also Resident Evil 1 just to, remember and nostalgia for that as well. But could it replace Resident Evil 1? Probably. But again, there's stuff in that game that the original still has that I still wanted and don't have in that one because they altered, Jill Sandwich. They don't have the VFX, the cutscene in the beginning with the real people, the STARS members, like all that stuff, So, the original should be still hold up, never replaced. The original should still be there. It should never be replaced. Never. Even Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot, when they had the trilogies, you could replace them, yes. But guess what? I still would like to go back to the bad polygons to play Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. If I had the option, I would play it. If you give me that game, I would play it. I have no problem. Like, I prefer the other one, obviously the remake, but I would still play the originals if you gave it to me.
Sitting here trying to point the finger because I also fall victim to this too. Look at Ubisoft. They went directly into their nostalgia bag and decided to remake Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Why Black Flag? Was because...
Oh, you gotta be careful with that word. Oh, boy. I almost said it one time on stream, remember? Holy shit.
Ubisoft know how many gamers still consider it one of the greatest games in the entire franchise. They know people miss Edward Kenway. They know people remember sailing across the Caribbean while the crew sing their songs across the sea. Ubisoft did not just...
This is Assassin's Creed, a game I never played. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I never played this one. Yeah, it could be good. It's nostalgia again. Ubisoft's doing really bad. They don't have any other choice but to remake a game that it's beloved. So, yeah, they're going to sell tons of this game, even though it's the same game with some alterations here and there, but it's almost the same thing, Not much of a difference.
Convinced us to care about the world because we already had an emotional connection to it. And commercially, that decision paid off. And as much as we want to blame these publishers, we also have to accept some of the responsibility, which I've mentioned before, that I fall victim of this as well. We are partially to blame for this. We complain about the lack of originality in the gaming industry, but when it's time to actually spend our money, familiar franchises remain easier purchases than unknown ones. Publishers are responding.
He's not wrong about that. Yeah, we are to blame of this too. Because ever since Resident Evil 2 Remake, Final Fantasy Remake, people are still hungry and still buy these games. Even though, not Resident Evil, but Final Fantasy, each entry for 7 has been less. Yeah, Resident Evil's still kicking ass, even with remakes, even with people still complaining about it and everything. People still buy them. Yeah, I'm still one of those people. It's like one of those franchises I still want to play either way. It doesn't matter. I want to play it. You can complain as much as you want, and there are problems with Resident Evil. I do agree but the number one thing is every time I play a Resident Evil game, I know I'm going to get into. I know I'm going to have a fun time with the game. Even though there might be some issues, I know it's going to be a polished, good game besides 6. 6 was not polished. Well, it was polished in some areas. I'm going to give that, but it was polished in some areas, not so much. It was pretty bad. 6 is the worst. 6 is the worst.
Into our behaviors. And honestly, I understand why. These companies are asking us to spend $70 or $80.
But it's still playable. 6 is still playable. Even though it's the worst one, it's still playable. How many games you have in a franchise where it's like the games are still really good even if they're bad? You know? They're still playable and fun. So, I don't know. That's how I feel.
On a single game, that is pretty much a steep price, especially when you don't know whether that this game will be good, complete, or properly polished at launch. We've seen so many games released unfinished, filled with technical problems, or completely fail to deliver on its marketed promise. So if you're standing in the store or you're scrolling through the digital marketplace, which game feels like the safer purchase? The completely new intellectual property that you pretty much know nothing about, or something that you already know, like Resident Evil, or you already know Final Fantasy VII, you already know Metal Gear Solid 3, Halo.
Hell yeah. All these games are awesome. But yeah, I understand what he's talking about. I like Stellar Blade. I like Wukong. Was it Wukong? Wu-Chang? I like a lot of these newer games too. I do. Expedition 33, I like it. I like a lot of these newer games. And I do give it a try. I do give some games a try. It depends on the price too, for me. You know, how steep of a price it is. But when you see these games and you see the big names, he's not wrong about it. The first thing you go to is, this is Metal Gear? Hell yeah, I'm getting Metal Gear. Because it has Metal Gear on it. Because you know what you're going to get. Because you're more familiar with them. He's not wrong about that.
The Legend of Zelda and Persona 3. That familiarity makes remakes feel like a safer purchase. Publishers understand that. They know nostalgia reduces the amount of convincing they need to do. But even after choosing the supposedly safer option, we're still not receiving the definitive experience that a remake is actually supposed to provide. Many modern remakes fail to give us the definitive versions from games that they're...
Yup. He's going to bring this up. It's so true. The remakes are not the definitive edition. The remakes don't do that. And it doesn't replace it. It doesn't do anything like that. And it alters things too. Changes things around. Sometimes even reimagines them. So yeah, it's not one-to-one at all.
Trying to rebuild. Some of these remakes remove locations, mechanics, and story content that existed in the original version. Perfect example is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Clearly, there was something missing.
Oh, yeah. There was some stuff missing. And I still want my director's cut of this game. I really do. I wish Capcom would go back and do something with this game. I really wish. It would be nice. It would be a nice... Okay, we heard your backlash for this game, and you already bought the game. We want to do something. This would be a nice, I would say, a nice, we're listening to you guys, and we understand what you want. Instead of just money, this would be just like a free update where it gives you all this content that you were missing out. You know? But they're not going to do that. If it ever becomes the director's cut version of this game, they would make it a DLC. Easily. Then you have to pay for it.
From that. Because in the original Resident Evil 3, we had locations, choices, encounters, and additional content that were either condensed or completely removed from the remake itself. The remake looked better. It may have played better from a modern control perspective, but it also offers a smaller experience than the game that is supposed to replace or become that definitive experience. Then you have remakes that take so much creative liberties that they become completely different experiences. Like a perfect example of the Final Fantasy VII remake. It isn't merely a modern
This is the biggest one of them all. This is the biggest one. It's like a completely different game. It's not a remake at all. It's a reimagining. Think of it like another timeline.
creation of the original game. It actually changes the story. It expands Midgard sections of the original into an entire release. However, it also means that Final Fantasy VII Remake can't be that definitive experience. Then you also have like Persona.
Also, it's fucking split into 3 parts, 3 different games. Holy moly.
3 Reload. It rebuilt Persona 3 with modern presentation, improved combat, and several quality of life changes, but it launched without every major piece of content associated with the previous version. So once again, the remake failed to bring every major part of that game together into one definitive package. And on the opposite...
Yeah, I've heard something about that where they didn't add all the DLC into what it originally was. But I don't think it really bothered that much people, I would say. But yeah, I've seen Persona from the far, but I never got into the Persona franchise. I probably would start with 3. I probably would with Reloaded. Yeah, I'd probably start with 3 because I think it's harder to get now originally. But you have to like emulate or something.
End, you have remakes that remain so faithful to the original that you begin questioning why did they need to rebuild this in the first place. And when I say
true, I would say that for Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta Snake Eater, that game is really good looking and it is really good. Barely anything really, just a little bit more changes to UI, make it a little bit better, accessibility, more modern things in there to make it a little bit better to control. But besides that and the graphics, it's a 1-to-1, And I know people are like, oh, it's 1-to-1. Why do you care and everything? I'm like, because that's what most people want. That's what I want. And other people. They just want literally a 1-to-1 with pretty graphics and better game, little like accessibility stuff to make it a better experience. What it used to be when it was clunky with camera changes and all that. That's all it is. That's all it is. Everything's the same. Voices are the same actors. It's insane, And yeah, I question it. Why was it needed? Because we still got Metal Gear 3, the remaster. It's a really good game still, but, it's still good. So, yeah.
1-to-1, I like my 1-to-1s, but they don't even try to even expand on what's actually there and then still charge you full price for it. A remake.
Yeah, that's true. They shouldn't be paying for it full price. They do add the little pre-order bonuses and the deluxe editions. That's true. Yeah.
It can change so much and abandon what the original resonated with when it came to gamers. But it can also change so little that it feels like a prettier version of something that we already own. So barely attempting to introduce the quality of life improvements needed to meet modern standards. Others change character designs, dialogue, mechanics, or content because developers want the game to align to modern expectations. And sometimes content is removed or censored, preventing the remake from becoming that definitive version of that experience. Yet, regardless of how much or how little work is done, we are frequently charged full price. These games are being sold for $70 or $80 because publishers know that the title alone carries value. Instead of feeling like a passionate attempt to preserve important moments in gaming history, some of these remakes feel like products being pushed through an assembly line.
Yep, I agree about that. Yep. They do that a lot. Same with Star Fox. It looks nice and everything, but it's literally the same game. It came and it went. I don't hear anyone talking about Star Fox anymore, besides the movie.
It absolutely needs preservation. Older titles can become inaccessible, trapped in on discontinued hardware, removed from digital...
Yeah, preservation. That's what I wanted to say. GOG does that. We need more preservation for everything. I don't want Nintendo streaming service so I can play GameCube and Nintendo 64 games, Super Nintendo, all these other games on their streaming service. Some people just want to buy that game digitally so they can have it, somehow so they can own it. So without a subscription service, that would be nice. But no.
Storefronts, or increasingly difficult for modern audience to experience. Controls that felt natural 20 or 30 years ago may feel outdated to younger gamers. So a thoughtful remake could solve those problems. It can introduce a classic to an entirely new generation. It can improve outdated mechanics, restore abandoned content, modernize the controls, and preserve the original game's identity while building upon it. But that is what a remake is supposed to accomplish. The problem begins when nostalgia becomes a substitute for creative risks. The remakes has gradually become filler between major releases, something that publishers can use to maintain a franchise schedule while the next completely new game remains in development. Capcom even has said this on record that the company wants to maintain a yearly release schedule for Resident Evil. However, create a new Resident Evil game every year would be extremely difficult. So remakes allow Capcom to pretty much fill in those gaps.
Yup. This is what I was talking about with Capcom. It's the same thing. Sorry, guys. I was typing. I was typing to someone.
A business perspective, that actually makes perfect sense. The remakes keep Resident Evil relevant, they generate revenue, they introduce older games to a new audience, and that money can be reinvested into future projects. Capcom has also produced some great remakes, so I'm not going to pretend that the strategy hasn't produced any quality games. But as a gamer, it also confirms exactly what I've been talking about. The remake is no longer a rare celebration. It has become part of the content pipeline.
Yup. The remake is as important as the main series of them. So, yeah, for sure. That's a given.
Something designed to maintain a near yearly release schedule and ensure that the franchise never disappears from the public conversation. Remakes have become filler content instead of something created exclusively to preserve or reintroduce an important game. And I have a feeling that this same approach is going to happen with Nintendo when it comes to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, don't get me wrong, nostalgia has really hit me.
Yeah. Wait, Code Veronica and Ocarina of Time? Yeah, I'd wait on that, Mugen, because that could be difficult. So Code Veronica, they're going to change. I feel like a couple of things they're going to change in that one. I wouldn't be surprised. There is a couple. They're going to change a lot in Code Veronica. And for Ocarina, I don't know. I'm still iffy about that one too. Same with Code Veronica. You know, I'm not 100% with any of these remakes anymore. So, yeah.
Hard with this. I'm really excited for Code Veronica remake, and I'm damn sure excited for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time because it hits that nostalgia. It's something that shaped my childhood growing up as a kid when I...
Yeah. And this is what I said. If they ever did Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, any of those, or I don't even know what else they would do. A Medieval 2. Where's my Medieval 2 remake? You know? I could see that one. Because Medieval 1 remake was really good. I liked it on the PS4. Heck, I should probably get a physical edition. I got a digital because they got me with that. And back then I didn't know that. And I wish I got the physical. So I might even get the physical now. So, I don't know.
Definitely want to see how it will be approached on modern hardware. I want to see Hyrule completely reimagined and stay faithful to the actual source of the original game and respect it in that sense. And I do want to hear that music that the original game has welled up inside of me ever since I was young playing it on the N64. I want to experience those dungeons in modern visuals and everything. All of it sounds great, but that excitement comes with some concerns. Will these games receive the time and care and the respect that it deserves? Will the developers preserve what made the original specials while making the necessary improvements? Will they restore content, improve outdated mechanics, and create definitive versions of these classics? Or will they remove content, take unnecessary liberties, and push the games off an assembly line because they know for a fact the name itself will allow them to sell millions? That is the conflict that publishers are exploiting. Part of me understands exactly what they are doing, but that nostalgia gamer inside of me still wants to see these games return.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very difficult. I'm saying this is very it's very hard to look at. I understand both sides of the argument. I really do. But it's very hard to pick. In one area, I'm okay with remakes, and I would like them to be 1-to-1. I really do. So with better, graphics and all that. I would like that. Then changing it up and reimagining like 7 did. I really would. But I know there are people that's like, yeah, but it's the same game. It's going to be boring playing the same thing, Then why even get into the franchise? If that's your way into a franchise, why would you be bored of the same thing? It's supposed to be for the fans. It's supposed to be for the people that grew up or played the old one and want to see a updated version of it. That's all it is. Like, why would you want to alter? I don't understand that mindset. I know some people actually think like that. I just don't understand. To me personally, I don't understand that mindset. I like the 1-to-1, And then if there's, like I said, graphics, minor changes like camera controls, like accessibility, just stuff to make it better for, better for modern standards stuff. No yellow paint. Please, no yellow paint. Fuck that thing. Get it away from me. I don't want the yellow paint to tell me where everything is. I don't want to make it babyfied. So, yes. And companies need to respect that instead of changing it because they think it's better to change it because gamers are going to get bored of it. Or, again, changing history. That's another thing I hate when they do that. I don't like that.
This leads to a much larger concern. If every generation continues to recycle the same Zelda, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, Halo, Metal Gear experiences, are we creating enough new classic for younger gamers to remember 20 years from now? What games from this generation will become the Ocarina of Time? What will
Expedition 33 is one of them for sure. Expedition 33 will be those games to be remembered from years to come. I have a feeling that's going to be one of those. To be honest, there's not really for like this generation remember for years to come. And then even in the future, that will be remade. I don't know. Holy shit. That's a really good question. I think it's just Expedition 33 for sure. But anything else? It would be some indie or AA game. I don't know. Very good question. What will be their Metal Gear? What would be their Final Fantasy? Expedition would be that. Metal Gear. I don't know clue what Metal Gear. No one. I don't know of any game, if I can recollect, that is on that level of Metal Gear. That espionage kind of game with crazy story and gameplay. No clue. Yeah, that's weird. New generation's kind of cooked in that area. Not much, actually. They have to go back, play the older games, which is, I appreciate that, and I would approve of that. Going back and playing older games first, and then appreciating the new thing, and what made it good, and why people like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's very tough. Very tough.
Will become their Final Fantasy VII? What will become their Metal Gear Solid? What new works or new worlds or characters and experiences are being created for them? Or they're simply being sold polished versions of ours? There's nothing wrong with preserving the past. Gaming history matters, and some of the industry's greatest experiences deserve to remain accessible. But preservation and repetition are not the same thing. At some point, the industry has to create something new, something that doesn't rely on our memory to convince us that it matters. Because if every publisher continues retreating into the safety of established franchises, what games are we creating for the future? At some point, I have to ask myself, are we living through one of the greatest eras of preservation, or has gaming industry simply become addicted to selling us our childhood? So that pretty much wraps this up. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. What do you think about this whole conundrum that we in? Like, yes, I love this game to be preserved and be accessible to us. And
yes,
remakes do sound like a good idea. I always like to see my classes be brought into modern times with modern graphics and quality of life changes.
That's it. Quality of life. I couldn't think of it. Quality of life stuff. Yep. That's definitely a positive. Yep.
Or as the UI and its controls, but there also has to be a limit, and the developers also have to pay respect to what the original had delivered that made us fans to begin.
Yes, and this is why the Final Fantasy VII director, like, he played the game when he was younger. He played those games, and why would he change it? Or was it Nomura or whatever for Kingdom Hearts? Why did he have to Kingdom Hearts esque it for Final Fantasy? I don't understand that mindset. Like, who okayed that? Was it the OG? Maybe it is. Maybe it is the OG. Sometimes when people get older, they have worse thoughts. They have worse things to actually alter and change, and it gets worse over time. But I don't know. Why can't you even have done 1-to-1? And I know Square Enix milked it with the 3-parter for 7. Obviously, that was Square. They're like, this is the biggest cash cow. We're gonna milk this as hard as we can. So we're gonna split it in 3 parts. Fuck that. Bruh, this should have been one game. As long as, like, Final Fantasy 16 was. Or longer.
With instead of giving the
it would be like 4 or 5 discs, bro. Okay, make it 4 or 5 discs. I don't care. Who cares?
New generation, a neutered version of what the original had to offer. And as I said before, like, what do the new generation have that they can say that, hey, this is our Ocarina of Time. This is our
dude. GTA 6 probably would have had like 6 discs. You know? Probably. It would have a lot of discs.
This is our Metal Gear. This is our this. This is our
this is our Metal Gear, and it shows Kingdom Hearts. That's funny.
Our classic of that within the next 10 to 20 years. Like, what do they actually have, you know, compared to all of the gems that we can constantly recount experiencing? Like I said, I'll be 40 next year. So I've been through a whole lot when it comes to gaming in general. So there's a lot of classics that I have.
Damn. We're going up in age now. Shit. So he's 8 years older than me? Let's see, 8 years. See, 8? Yeah, around 7 or 8. Yeah, 7, 8 years, about. So, yeah, that's crazy. Holy shit, I'm getting old, too.
But what about the new generation?
Old and everyone's getting old, and, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
So I definitely need your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that this trend is going to continue going into the next generation of games, that we're going to constantly get remasters, remakes, and collections? Or do you think we're going to experience a new renaissance of gaming as far as new ideas and taking that risk again? Or do you think there's going to be a crash that's going to allow that reset?
Please be a crash. Please be a crash. Needs to reset. Needs a crash. Indie, AA will be fine. AAAs will crash. Please. Just crash it. I would love it, actually.
to bring back that creativity once again. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is Mugen Lord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.
Heck yeah, Mugen Lord. He killed it with this one. Some really good takes there. You know, some not so much, but some I'm good. Again, very nuanced, very straightforward, good questions, and it makes you think really about this whole thing. Are they actually taking our nostalgia and creating these remakes, remasters, and pretty much altering them if they want for a new generation? Why did they have problems in the story? Was there problems culturally with them? Why did we have to alter? And sometimes we don't alter. Sometimes 1-to-1, or they add a little bit to it, and it makes it a better experience. I don't know. It's like, it's very interesting, but I appreciate this thought in this video. So again, guys, Mugen Lord, gaming has become addicted to selling us our childhood. Very good video. I gave that a thumbs up. Oh shit. 33. We got thumbs up was 333. My lucky day, huh? All right. That means it's the end of the stream. Saw those threes. You already know it's the end of the stream. Thank you again, everyone, for coming, watching, lurking, all the things, guys. This was a long one. I'm sorry about it, guys, but there was a lot of information. I'll put timestamps in the description below for later time. I'm very tired at the moment, and I had a busy day. Tomorrow I also have a busy day. I got to work and all that, but when I get my time, regroup, I'll put in all the stuff for you guys so you can rewatch it, and you can rewatch it even now. It's up to you. But I appreciate it again, guys. Again, before I leave, remember to like and sub. I appreciate it again very much, everyone. This was a long one, I understand, but I had to go through it. And yeah, like, how long is it? Let me actually check it out. Holy shit. It's almost 4 hours. A 4-hour stream. Holy shit, my dude. That's a lot of streaming. That might be the longest stream I ever had.
Holy shit.
That might be the long... No, actually, it's not the longest stream I ever had. My Born Day birthday bash stream was the longest ones, usually. But yeah, thank you again, guys, very much. I won't end with the outro this time, guys, because it's so late. So I'll just leave with music for you all. Let me get my music out here real quick for you guys. Anything else? Keep you notified with the posts on here. I'll keep you notified when I go live. Again, ring the bell to get notified. Sometimes it doesn't work. I heard people say it doesn't work. Look at your subscription feed, all that, you know, post. I'll keep you updated what happens, all that stuff. You already know. All right, I'm going to end you with, I'll do my Kingdom Hearts mix for you guys. End it with that. Started with it and ending with it. All right, where is it? Okay, many worlds. Here it is. Okay. All right, guys.
Thinking of you wherever.
We're going to start. All right, I'm going to end it. All right. All right, guys. I wish you all a good one. Have a good night. Have a good day wherever you are in the world. I appreciate everyone for coming and everything. And more to come for the future, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you soon. There you go. We're going to end it. See you guys.
We pray for our sorrows to end and hope that our hearts will blend.
Now I will step forward to realize this wish.